AM 1250 and 94.5. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ease on into the week knowing it's already Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're but 3 days away from Dallas Cowboy football right here on San Antonio Sports Star, and the week will be treated as such. We've made it. He's Rudy J.
Yes, sir.
I'm Rob Thompson. Karl Schoenig on the other side of the double pane glass producing his ass off on a Tuesday morning. Well, I mean,
I'm kidding, Karl. I'm kidding.
I can't tell. The lights are off in there.
And they were on before he got here. He comes in and completely goes vampire mode and shuts them all off.
You know, maybe we should do that.
I guess he has. Do you have bad? Does he burn your eyes? Why you always turn the lights off?
I've never been diagnosed with it, but I'm pretty sure I have a light sensitivity.
I think you do, because like you turn them off quick, like bright light, like you're a gremlin.
Like
bright light, bright light, damn dog.
What is the light sensitivity? What does that mean?
I don't know. I just get a headache whenever I get when I pass by this room, y'all's room in the morning, and I glance into the fluorescent lights that are just engulfing y'all. I feel my eyes start to burn.
That's weird. Wait, have you seen Gremlins? I know you're young.
I've heard of it.
Oh,
you're not supposed to feed them after midnight, something like that.
Yeah.
And don't get them wet.
I don't know what happens if you do any of those things.
It's all good, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw some Gremlins. Man, what a great weekend.
We saw some
Gremlins. ACC is fighting the Gremlins right now.
There's Gremlins at bars. You shouldn't give them drinks after 12. But we do, because we don't mind taking a Gremlin home at 158. Yeah, that's how we start Tuesday.
That doesn't end well.
You wake up like, oh, there's a fire.
Oh, no.
Get out.
What happened? Let's just drop this right now. Move on.
How was y'all's weekends?
Lots of fantasy drafts, lots of beer drunk, lots of sun taken in. A sudden hurricane last. Did you guys get washed? What was that?
We went out to eat yesterday about 6, and the restaurant we were at, the lights went out for a good 3 minutes. I thought we were gonna have to leave. My side got pounded. Northwest, we got pounded.
Us too on the I-10 corridor. How about Northeast, Karl? Did y'all get a little bit of pre-sip?
I noticed there was some rain, but I honestly did not catch too much, at least as much as it sounds like y'all got.
You'd have known, man. I don't know how much we got. I guarantee it was over an inch. I didn't check the weather, my rain gauge, but that kind of washed out the end of the weekend, but plenty of football to watch. UTSA. Let me tell you, Coach Jeff Traylor, they didn't get the biggest upset of the weekend, though.
Yep.
I believe it was. There just happened to be, there was an FCS school.
Yeah.
Montana knocks off Wazoo, I believe.
Well, who was that? They beat
Washington. They beat Washington.
Yeah, they did. I was like, what the heck, Montana?
So UTSA gets overshadowed, though. Let's give some love to Herbie. Anybody who watched Game Day, Herbie brought him up, talked about UTSA and glowing.
Herbie brought him up?
Brought him up. He was talking with the Bears, said, upsets of the weekend. And the actual one that Bear had brought up was Texas State Baylor. Herbie goes, well, wait a minute. Let's talk a little bit about UTSA and this and that. And Bear said,
I like that.
Hey,
because everybody pays attention to the conscience. And I don't want anybody knowing about our little secret that is Jeff Traylor.
They do now.
Herbie, keep Jeff Traylor's name out of your mouth, man. We're trying to keep him a couple more years.
We got a couple of freshman quarterback or first-year starting quarterbacks for A&M and Texas, both winners, though both, I think, look like first-time starters.
I didn't like what I saw from Texas.
I thought he played okay.
I thought he played okay. I know he looks like Dak Prescott throwing the deep ball. Remember Dak Prescott's first couple years throwing the deep ball? It was bad. But that's nitpicking. They won the game. That's all that matters, UT fan. I'm not starting off hating. I'm just saying.
Bijan's legit. That running back.
Yeah, he's legit. He's the real deal. He's the real deal.
I think both teams are going to look better next week.
Yeah, it's their first game. Everybody's supposed to look. I mean, Ohio State looked shaky.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Clemson and Georgia. Notre Dame, Florida State. Like, everybody kind of came out the gate except that one team. There's that one team that just looks like they've been there on week 5 and everybody else is on week 0.
Alabama.
I mean, it's just whatever. We're not even talking about them. But yeah, everybody looked a little shaky, which is to be expected.
I was listening on the way in. Well, yeah, we'll talk a lot about Alabama.
Yeah.
And I forget who was doing it. It's Morning Sports Center on ESPN overnight. And they did bring up a valid point that a lot of Alabama players look forward to the games because they know it's going to be easier than practice.
Right.
So, and it felt that way. It felt like they were just head and shoulders better. It was
Miami's not that bad.
No,
right?
and Derek King did everything he could. I mean,
Poor
dude was getting beat up, absolutely destroyed. The A&M football team comes out and looks.
What'd you think? I know you had predicated your whole day around that,
and it was worthy. I mean, the Cowboys, the Aggies were just more talented. So, there was never really any drop off. Lots of interceptions thrown. I mean, it looked like a first time quarterback. I think they're going to get better. I do think that that defense is scary. The Aggie defense is going to be really good, even though it looked like Kent is not going to get a lot of credit, but that's a team that's going to win a lot of games. Those two quarterbacks they have are pretty good, but A&M looked like they're a team that was starting with a new quarterback and all of that.
Did you watch the Rue Pub or did you go home?
Went home. Went home. The game was on but I had recorded it, so I went home and watched the rest.
Oh.
Yeah, we had our fantasy draft. Thanks everybody for coming out to the Rue Pub for our listener and our Sports Star draft. But let's get into the real meat of the weekend.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance. We haven't heard.
I haven't talked to him since he left. We
Karl,
saw him at Rue Pub and then he left.
And they ventured down to Nuevo Laredo for a quinceañera in the purest form. So how'd it go, Karl? Was it everything you hoped it would be?
It was just Laredo. In fact, we had plans to go to Nuevo Laredo, but there was too much traffic on the bridge coming back. So we were just like, we don't want to be stuck on the bridge for an hour after breakfast.
You mean the border? No,
the border. Yeah,
border
border
bridge.
Were you going to walk or were you going to drive?
Probably. Oh, we were going to drive, but yeah, that was that was a deterrent. And then other people had other plans in Laredo, but it was more extravagant than most weddings I've been to.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, the dress was very much like a wedding dress, almost like a prom, I guess. And half of the school seemed to show up, and a lot of the families. So it was very cool. I was being called Primo by the end of the night.
Really?
Primo. Yeah.
You're a Primo by the end of the night?
All right.
Hey, you were already feeling good before you left. Did you get a nap on the way to Laredo? That beer nap?
I think I got a nap in on the way back. I think I stayed up the whole way down because I was watching.
You don't want to
Texas.
leave her up driving alone.
No, I was watching Texas, Louisiana most of the way. So
what, on your phone?
Yeah, on my phone.
You're that guy?
Oh yeah.
I hate watching games on my phone. I do it if it's like something for work, of course, which I guess it is kind of for work, but it's a pain.
If I'm in the
Drains
car,
your battery.
But I'll dial in. You can drive.
So you just have Miss Thompson drive.
Although when I look up, she'll be doing 65 in the left lane, and we'll be leading the train. But other than that, man, I'll dial in completely. What'd
y'all eat?
Was there late night menudo or anything like that for you?
No, we were lame, and we went to bed a little after. We left around 12:30. So yeah, it was the party was still going
though, right?
Yeah, we had a room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had a hotel room.
I thought you meant drive back to Essex.
No, yeah, we stayed overnight and then we just had breakfast there in the morning, and yeah, it was cool. Yeah, we found like a vegetarian place. They had some pretty good
hold up
pastor vegetarian tacos.
You can't cheat in Laredo.
Then we had lunch at a Mexican restaurant.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Come on now, you're in Laredo. You got to have some.
Do refried beans count?
I think that's on the. I think you can have refried beans.
Well, there's a lot of manteca in that if it's done right.
Yeah, you know what?
I mean, we'll look past it. I mean, it's an aspirational thing. As
the chado ones you can't have because sometimes they chop up pork in those,
which makes them delicious. Did the quince have? Did they do a dance like the?
Like a routine,
dance routine.
There was a father-daughter dance.
And no, like all the
kids, all
her
homies.
And then there were I'd say like 5 or 6 line dances in a row, and they're all ones that you've heard of. Like the Cupid Shuffle was going on.
Like a flash mob kind of a dance, like a choreographed routine amongst all the attendants. Did they have that?
I was told that there were going to be surprises towards the end of the night, and we did not have the energy to stay up for that because they were still going at 12:30. So
Yeah,
they were
halfway, man.
12:30 is early.
yeah, well, as I know now.
Yeah, 12, but your day started pretty early though.
Yeah, it did. And then, traveling, sitting down for 3 hours from San Antonio to Laredo is definitely draining in itself too. And then I felt bad, but I was also watching the Texas State and the UTSA game at the table. I didn't feel too bad. It was still a kids' party, and I was at a family table where my girlfriend's parents were watching the Astros game right next to us. So it's not like I started
not only
that.
I mean, you do work on the ESPN SA.
Yep.
I mean, they kind of understand.
Oh,
they
very much
wouldn't have done
understand
that, but I get it.
No, me personally, no. But
I would have got if I would have did that. Like your lady's pretty cool. If I do that, if I got my phone turned sideways, just looking, my wife is gonna give me that death stare.
No.
Like, really? You can't just catch up on it at home? I've been like,
see, my wife's a teacher. My phone would end up in her purse.
Yeah, exactly.
Come see me after class.
Get that death stare sometimes because I can just catch myself and I'm just scrolling. She giving me that look like, yo, you're being rude. Oh, my bad.
It was still very much a kids' party. I was surprised how many people that were there. I guess mostly family. But yeah, it was nice. It was chill. They had scotch.
Open bar or BYOB?
It was a server. So it's not like you go up to the bar. They would come by and
yeah, that's how it was. I went to a wedding in Monterrey and they just kept giving me beer. Like it was free beer all night. I took full advantage of it. I think I had like an 18er.
I probably had 4 scotches.
Scotch?
Roughly. Yeah, there was scotch there.
My man, you growing up.
Chivas.
She got you on the scotch.
I like scotch a lot. Yeah, whatever liquor they have, I tend to go with. I didn't have any beer. I did have a wine because the host said that it was good wine. So we tried it. It was red, and I think we should have tried the other. There were 2 reds, so we went with. I just said Vino Rojo. And
go ahead, Espanol.
You're preparing for when you finally get to sit down and chill with Pop. You'll be ready.
He speaks Spanish, ready. But a lot of people came over from Mexico and their English is better than my Spanish for sure. But yeah, there's a little language barrier. So
great
yeah,
my daughter, my 13-year-old translates for me when we go to Mexico. Because her grandmother pretty much helped us raise her. So my 13-year-old's bilingual. So when we go to Mexico, I'm like, what? And my daughter's like, well, she asked you this. And I'm like, well, tell her this. And then she said this. And she said that.
That's about how it works with my girlfriend. She's like the middle person for conversations.
Yeah, by the end of the night, everybody's tired of translating. So you just just nod and wave at each other, smile.
The universal language of alcohol. I don't know what you're saying, but I agree with you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm with you. I'm following your lead.
Rob,
I'm going to smile and nod. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Drink the beer. Yes, sir. Let's move it along. All right. I was really excited about you getting a little bit of that culture.
Me
Karl.
too, man.
It was really cool. Yeah, and my girlfriend kept accidentally calling it a wedding because it was more extravagant than a wedding would be, I guess. And the next quince is in 2023, so I'll be ready for that one. I'll be up all night because that one's out in. I think it'll be in Cancun.
Damn,
Boy.
You married into some money.
No kidding, man.
I guess I don't know. I think it's just a special event. I didn't realize that it's like it's a legit party that has some crazy stuff going on.
No, this isn't like
parties.
This ain't a little birthday party at Peter Piper Pizza. This is King's Ace is planned for 2 years.
When I was growing up, things have changed.
When
I was growing up, they used to be debuts, and that was at 16.
They were called debuts.
They were debuts, and you had it at 16. And then now it's quinces. It's 1 year earlier. So are there still debuts? Is that still a thing, or is it all quinces now?
I don't know. That's not a question I can answer.
Once I moved north in 90, I didn't get a lot of those invites anymore.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, I also aged out.
I just went to my first one when I started. Yeah. So,
oh man,
dude, you ate good yesterday.
Birthday dining, a little bit of.
Yeah.
Dude,
you sent the picture to the WhatsApp, and you had like 30 lobsters.
Oh man, lobster tails ain't cheap. They're fun. They're good, delicious. Not enough of them.
So what was the turf? Was it surf and turf, or was it just?
I did some ribs too. I didn't put any pictures up of that. But the ribs turned out all right.
Oh,
I like my ribs. I don't love my ribs. I have not zeroed in
You
and
haven't
found the
figured it
rib
out.
recipe that I love. Now, it wasn't the quality.
What
the
is it?
ribs
The tenderness or is it the
No, the
seas-
tenderness is
the,
fine.
The rub.
I went with like an Asian kind of teriyaki rub that I didn't really like that one. And then I did another one that's just a mix of my favorite dry rubs, and that was good. But I still haven't narrowed in on like, Rob, you do the ribs and you do it this way. I haven't found that yet.
I get it.
I need to find that. Although for the first time, I've never used mayonnaise as a binder on my ribs.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, it just kind of holds the rub on, and I use mayonnaise, which I appreciate. Normally, I'm a mustard kind of binder using.
That's what I've always heard of.
And the recipe I had said use mayonnaise, and that sounds kind of gross.
Yeah,
it worked out all right.
Because you don't taste the mayo.
No, not at all. But you can taste the mustard. When you use mustard, you get a little bit of that mustard, just enough to know.
The finish, yeah.
And you don't. And I didn't get it with the mayonnaise, so I don't know. But if anybody did a lot of grilling, it was one of the 4 majors. You want to win this $50 gift card. It is so easy to do. Upload a picture of your meat as a sports star, so Jason Minix can grade your meat. He's an excellent meat judge, I've been told.
Is he the one who reviews all of these, or is there a middleman before it gets to Minix?
It's Minix. It used to be Minix and I, but I no longer share the throne on the Blitz. So he will peruse, and the best looking that he sees will get a little notice and a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market. You want to see if you won? Tune in on Thursday at 6:00, and he will get the winner doing. It's been a long weekend, 3 days of sports headlines that I've piled up. There's literally a bottleneck sitting in Karl's office. So to get it going, let's uncork that bottleneck and get you all caught up on the headlines. Karl, what do you got?
Here's the 411 in the 210.
Headline 2, we start with the U.S. Open. Shelby Rogers speaks out on social media harassment, say that she anticipates death threats after her loss at the U.S. Open.
Why is she anticipating death threats?
That's just the way her social media experience has gone. She thinks that people just are out to get her on social media, and there has to be some kind of basis on it. She pretty much is down about it.
This is the thing. I mean, I know we have to take threats serious, but I do feel like death threats on social media most of the time are somebody with a fake account, an egg as a profile. But I know you have to take them serious, but I mean, I don't know. It's weird.
We got Naomi, who might just actually be taking a break now.
She did say that she has brought up break again.
That for her, it's more about talking to the media, right? The losses she said are so awful, and then to have to talk about them, and a win is just a relief. And now we've got Shelby talking about the social media aspect of her job, and she owned up to it. She understands that the social media part of it is part of her gig. It's how promotions work. But on the other side, you're a fat pig and all the other things that are going to come out, and the negative side of that. I don't know what the answer is, because for guys like us, the people that are making the rules for USTA are probably my age, a little bit older. And I think the first response to that for me, and I know this is wrong, it's not the correct answer, is, well, stop looking at it. Why are you scrolling through if you know after you lose you're just going to get pounded? Don't pay any attention to it, because
you're looking for the good, but all you end up seeing is the bad.
It's just smoke. It'll dissipate. You lost. Yeah, it's awful. That anger will turn the next time you win. Why are you scrolling through to find out how many people are telling you you're awful and should go? All
maybe after losses you hire someone. You have a social media person, and after losses, you hire them to go through it and block all the idiots.
But that's not a good answer, is it? That doesn't float for that generation.
It doesn't float to just say
part of it.
Yeah, because it's a part of your business.
It's part of your life.
It's part of your life. It's how you make money. It's how you stay connected for different things. So it's death threats is a bit much for a loss, though. That's crazy. Death threats?
But it's Twitter. It's crazy.
It's Twitter and it's Instagram.
Well, I mean, Twitter, Insta, however
whatever
you
it is, yeah.
But I think so many of us, my age, it's not real. It's not real.
It's not, but it is.
But that's it.
It's not, but it is. It's like, damn.
If y'all remember, Zaza Pachulia got death threats, and his family got death threats after the Kawhi Leonard incident.
Why did you do that, Karl?
Well, that was
I'm sorry to
that
bring
was
it up, but
deserved.
that, yeah, well, you know, those
No, I'm
kinds
saying,
of
why
things.
did you send those threats to Jaja?
Oh, why did I do it?
But see, Zaza went, all right.
That was dirty.
It was, I mean, but he scrolled through it. There wasn't this concern. And I don't know
He
what.
pulled his kids out of school.
Well, rightfully so. No, that's awful.
Yeah.
But what is the fix? That we're talking, if this is a problem, which I think we all have to acknowledge that it is.
Look, this is the thing, and I don't mean to be insensitive, but if you're going to stay on social, then you gotta roll with it, right? If you're gonna keep social media, you're gonna, because again, believe it or not, there's plenty of celebrities that don't run their social. They have someone do it. So unless you're gonna hire someone to do your social, and you're going to stay on social media, then those are the punches you're going to have to roll with. If you decide, to turn off all your social and you start getting emails and letters to your house, then okay, then we can talk. But if you're going to continue to punish yourself in this fashion, you're going to have to learn to deal with it. Hell, I'm nowhere near on that level, but I had to learn, because was when social media first started, and we're on radio and you're getting weird tweets, especially when certain topics come up. I had to learn to develop thick skin and just block people. It's definitely an art.
It is.
But I'm older though.
And it's so easy to say, well, just get over it. Don't pay any attention to it. And
it's easy for us.
And I have to understand that the way that the other generations live have this digital component that is just never anything that's going to matter.
I think, you know what, our bullying, Rob, when we were kids, it was like, yo, I don't like your shoes, I don't like your jacket. Or some kid may slap you every day. I think what they go through, because it's online and because it's so prevalent, because it's in their face. Like when we would go home, we were done with the bully, right? They go home, the bully's still there on your timeline.
Truth.
You know what I mean? So I think these kids, they deal with it worse because they're looking at this stuff all day and all night, unless you just one of the parents that just take the phone away.
I'm tired of hearing about it from my tennis players. I'm tired. We're going to have to find a fix. U.S. tennis is going to have to get freaking better. I mean, we ripped apart our soccer culture because the men's soccer team can't beat Antigua.
Right.
We don't have a single quarterfinalist American on either side, women's or men's.
Wow,
It just feels to me like we got a bunch of self-entitled wimps playing tennis. If I lose, it's going to be so bad. I'm not going to play. Come on now.
Yeah.
That's my attitude about it right now. And I know it's wrong, but every time the news I keep hearing is the socials are going to be so bad because I lost. Well, win or don't play. I'm getting to that.
Again, I don't, like I say, social, if you're going to stay on social media, then you got to roll with it.
Moving on before I get really mad.
Yeah.
Headline 1.
What's
the
up?
Houston Texans officially named veteran Tyrod Taylor their starting quarterback.
It's kind of like
good for Tyrod.
It's kind of like walking point on a patrol in the NAM. He's going to get plucked.
I'm trying to find a positive, so I'm going to just say I'm happy for Tyrod.
Yeah, happy for you, man.
I mean, they stabbed him in his lung last year in San Diego, and he wasn't able to play week 1. He finds out, 30 minutes before the game that the doctor punctured his lung while trying to give him a cortisone shot, and the Justin Herbert era starts, and he never gets his gig back. So I'm happy for Tyrod. It's a weird it's the worst situation to be in all of the NFL. But hey, there's only 32 of those jobs, and he has one.
You got it for the time being.
So shout out to Tyrod.
Go get you some, Tyrod. You wanted it, you got it. Move it along.
What if they win a few games? I think they may win a few more games than people think.
And then he gets pulled. Like, hey, that's not part of the game plan here. At least if James Pledger were coaching.
Did y'all think on September 7th, 2021, that Deshaun Watson would still be on this football team?
I did not.
I didn't either. I cannot believe he's still on this football team.
Calmer head. I would have thought he'd have been on the exempt list, but there was not enough of that.
True that.
I would have thought that if that wasn't the case, that somebody somewhere would have made a deal. Though, we're waiting for the next big injury. First goes Cam, and then the trade for Deshaun. Tyrod, congratulations, man. You
are the winner of 2-15.
Let's hope you get 2.
Come on down. You've won 15 losses.
I feel so bad for this cat. You know, it's hard. It's like the Cam Newton thing. Don't feel sorry for me, man.
Yeah, don't feel sorry.
I don't feel sorry for Tyree. He's made millions, but from Cleveland, well, from Buffalo to
I forgot about
Cleveland to the Chargers to the Texans.
I forgot he was supposed to start over Baker.
All of that.
Yeah.
Just keep on sliding down. He's a sled. Moving along.
And headline 0, Georgia football coach Kirby Smart says the Bulldogs are experiencing highest spike of COVID despite more than 90% of their players vaccinated, with Georgia set to host their first home game against UAB at Stanford Stadium on Saturday. Coach Kirby Smart said 3 or 4 of his players are sidelined with COVID. Smart declined to identify the players during a teleconference with reporters. It's unknown whether they'll be available to play, but he says, I'll be honest with you, I'm concerned as I've ever been because we have 3 or 4 guys out with COVID, and we have a couple staff members that have been out with COVID here recently. For us, we're at our highest spike, and people are talking about vaccinations. Well, these are people that are vaccinated. We're talking about breakthroughs and that concerns us not only for the players on our team, but the unvaccinated players on our team that are not playing, because we want everybody to be safe, because it concerns me for the players that are vaccinated that we could lose them.
What articles are they reading where it says you can't get it?
Right.
What article? Can they show me? Can please somebody show me the articles these people that think you're not supposed to get it are reading? Where? So I can tell them don't go there anymore. Like Kirby's he's clearly frustrated because like, well, y'all said vaccinate them and we'll be fine. No, nobody said that. You're trying to keep your players off ventilators.
That's it.
Damn. I don't understand why he's so frustrated. You're walking around, these kids are still walking around on campus amongst people. They're still in class with, I don't know, college of 50 to 150 students. Of course, we're all still at risk to get COVID. I don't understand why he's so frustrated. This is a part of it. And he said this is our highest spike. He said 4 players. I think that's pretty good. How many people on the college team? 70? I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's why you get vaccinated, so those 4 players and couple staff members don't make it the entire team.
You hear Kirby Smart.
He's frustrated. He's mad that they got it. He didn't
get it. And then you listen to Lane Kiffin.
What did Lane say?
Lane took it, there's the half empty and the half full glass. Lane Kiffin says, thank God I'm fully vaccinated. Thank God my team is fully vaccinated because we don't have the concern. Positive don't mean sick. Positive don't mean horribly sick. Positive might be loss of taste. Maybe a little loss of smell. Maybe a little bit. We heard from CeeDee Lamb saying, yeah, man, I came up positive. I'm vaccinated. And yeah, I came down. I couldn't taste my toothpaste for a week.
Yeah.
That didn't mean he was sick. That meant he was positive for a bit, was carrying that virus and could give it off, could pass it off.
Right.
But if you're vaccinated, you don't have the same worries. So
Kirby, relax.
Settle,
bro.
Kirby. I know you're scared. I know you're a little worried after your big win. They have a title in front of them. They can see it now. They got through that first hurdle. And we all know Georgia football's cursed. So something bad is probably imminent to happen. But Kirby, slow your roll, settle down. Are we going to miss players and we're going to miss some games through the season on every team? Yes, it's going to happen. Your depth is really going to matter. But I prefer to take the Lane Kiffin side of this. Thank gosh we're fully vaccinated. Thank goodness I tested positive, but nobody else around me. And if they did, I know they're vaccinated, and I don't need to be as concerned about it as if I had.
That Georgia Kool-Aid has infiltrated Kirby's mind.
He's greatly concerned. The AP Top 25 will be out. We'll look up and down the Top 25 list. Look very closely at a UTSA win. It was an upset for sure, but I think those upset monikers might be going by the wayside, as Jeff Traylor showed. This team travels. Frank Harris, Sincere McCormick lead the way. That's that 2-1-0 leading UTSA. Aggies and Texas win. We'll go up and down the 25, get you caught up on all the weekend. Start looking forward to a Cowboy game on Thursday. Some rough news coming off that offensive line. There's a Connor that's going to be starting. We'll talk about how important that is coming up. Thanks for joining us on a Tuesday morning. It's R&R, and you're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Did you spend all weekend taking care of honeydews? Did you wake up today feeling a little sore? Maybe you got a twinge back, or maybe there's something you've been dealing with for weeks. If you're living in pain, stop. What you call my friends over to Rosti, the experts at getting you out of pain in a remarkably short amount of time. If you're dealing with those soft tissue injuries that just hang on, tight hams, or maybe you've got a twinge in your lower back, maybe your shoulder is frozen, you can't lift it over your head. You know, a Rossi can take care of all of that. Non-invasive procedures. I'm not talking about surgery. I'm certainly not talking about over-the-counter medications or prescribed medications to dull the pain but not heal the problem. I'm talking about a Rossi provider taking care of business, finding out the problem is fixing the problem. Amazingly enough, the pain will go away. Non-invasive, it's manipulation. It's a mix of chiropractic, deep tissue massage, and a variety of other medical ideas that work. You know, they're so good at it. 99.7% of all Rossi patients said they'd happily recommend it to friends and family. Clayton Kershaw, Becky Hammond, just a couple that have used a Rossi to get themselves back in the game. I want you to go check out their website. It's arosti.com. It's spelled AIRROSTI.com. There you'll see a map of all the providers. You can use that. Click there and go directly. You can make your appointment or write this number down. 1-800-404-6050. Again, 1-800-404-6050. When you call, you don't need a referral. Just go ahead and dial. When you walk in, they're going to accept most insurance. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call an Rossi provider today. Get yourself fixed, and when you do, I am sure you'll thank me later.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
Both Texas teams were victorious in Major League Baseball last night. The Houston Astros returned to Minute Maid Park to host the Seattle Mariners. The AL West leading Astros took Game 1 of a 3-game series and 6-game homestand 11-2 over Seattle. Lance McCullers got the win for Houston in 6 innings pitched, backed by plenty of run support, including a 6-run Astros half of the second inning. That included a 3-run homer by Jake Myers. The Texas Rangers win their final 2 games of a 4-game series in Los Angeles against the Angels 4-0. A.J. Alexy had a stellar 6-inning shutout performance, only allowing 1 hit and adding 7 strikeouts as part of a Rangers total pitching staff allowing 4 hits all game. Those are your baseball headlines. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
For nearly 30 years, Thomas J. Henry has fought day in and day out for every client we've had the honor of representing. In our town, in our community, we will always be the name you trust. Thomas J. Henry, available 24/7 nights and weekends. San Antonio, Texas.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
When it comes to replacing your home windows, nobody does it better in San Antonio than the Window Source. If you're still living with old, drafty, single-pane windows, those have got to go. Upgrade to new, Texas-made, Texas-proud, energy-efficient windows. The Window Source of San Antonio offers some of the best deals around, and all come with the assurance of a full lifetime warranty. Call 210-880-3021 to book your free estimate or visit them online to learn more. WindowSourceofSA.com. Let them old windows go.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-990-6271 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-990-6271.
Hey, Cowboy fans, Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys and San Antonio Sports Star, are throwing the biggest viewing party ever. Head out to Hills and Dale's Ice House on Thursday for a live broadcast of the Blitz from 4 to 7. Then watch the Cowboys take on the Buccaneers. We'll have hourly drawings from 4 to 7 to win Cowboys game tickets, a Miller Lite Cowboys OtterBox cooler, Drew Pearson Hall of Fame standee, and other great prizes. And enjoy 16-ounce cans of Miller Lite during the game for just $3. That's Thursday at Hills and Dale's Ice House.
Twin Peaks is adding one of the most well-kept secrets in all the beer community to select Texas drink menus. Yes, Yingling Traditional Lager is here. Starting August the 11th, participating Twin Peaks lodges will serve that coveted Northeastern Premium Lager at a perfect 29 degrees. In addition to its scenic views and those made-from-scratch menus, Yingling Traditional Lager pairs perfectly with Twin Peaks Nashville Hot Chicken and, oh, those hand-smashed and seared burgers and those great new loaded fries. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and, oh, those scenic views.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, no more, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide with plans starting at just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required, actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
At Shell, we know from the time you get up to the time you wrap up,
Good night.
there's a lot of meetups, eat-ups, and hurry-ups. So come to Shell and get 3 things done at once. Fill up with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus to help keep your engine running like new. Save up with the Fuel Rewards program and never pay full price for gas again. And snack up with in-store rewards to save even more at the pump. Make the most of the stop you need to make with Shell. And engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline. See full terms and conditions at fuelrewards.com.
A double shot of energy in the AM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J, R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning. Happy Tuesday to you. You get a bonus day. Hope everybody had a nice Labor Day Monday off. Didn't get washed away in that late evening rain.
Happy birthday to my wife.
Yes.
Y'all, all you dang Virgos, you, Miss Thompson, my wife, happy birthday, baby. Love you. It's cold. A Virgo season, man.
Those cold winter months.
I'm told Virgo is I'm told y'all are the best looking of all the signs. I've heard that. Have you heard that?
Judging by the 3 you just brought up. I'm bringing up the rear, but I'm glad to be included in the
Virgos are supposed to be really good looking human beings. So happy birthday, baby.
All evidence on sasportstar.com to the contrary. You're more than welcome to dial in and watch us live. We appreciate that stuff. You can catch us out. We got our Periscope thing working off the Twitters. We got the Facebook feed. We've got the sasportstar.com. Make sure you're watching us on a regular. That way we get the bonus for it. We get graded on this kind of stuff.
Yeah, we do.
So we had a long college week. I guess we had about a week straight, starting Wednesday night all the way through Monday night. We watched Ole Miss roll, even though Lane Kiffin was sidelined being COVID positive. It's a fun offense to watch.
Is it?
I mean, Ole Miss, I don't know what to take away from that game. I think Ole Miss is okay. Got a good young quarterback, and they spread the field wide. I can tell you Louisville got pounded.
Well, look, what we do, we go week to week, right, here on the radio. I mean, y'all, most people, you don't do radio. You can just kind of look at things as an overview like all season. But what I took from week 1, and this could change by, was this still week 0?
No, we're past week. We went 0 to 1, and now we're going into 2.
What I've noticed from week 1 is, as good as Alabama looked, I feel like this season is, from what I saw week 1, I feel like it's wide open. I wasn't overly impressed, and I wasn't overly disappointed in anyone. Yes, Alabama looked good, but trust me, there's going to be weeks against better defenses where Bryce Young is going to look young.
Mm-hmm.
He did look good against Miami. And again, Clemson has issues offensive line wise, big time. Georgia, as Georgia always does, I think their one touchdown was a pick 6, wasn't it?
There wasn't an offensive
touchdown. So the Georgia problems on offense continue. That Kirby still can't figure that out. Ohio State probably, in my opinion, they're probably the best team because they have the best wide receiving core in the country. I don't think that's close. But I really think this is one of those years where everybody could have a loss. Now, Clemson got their one loss. That's the thing that's going to hurt Clemson is the one solid game on their schedule, they lost, and they didn't even score a touchdown, didn't even really come close. But to me, I feel like after week 1, it looks like it's wide open. Again, Alabama looked good. They look head and shoulders better than everybody else, but I saw some things from Bryce because we're watching that game out at Root Pub. I'm like, that's not Mac. That's not Tua. That's not Jalen Hurts. He looked good, but he didn't look like those three looked. So I think it's pretty wide open, man. I think it's one of those seasons where the committee's going to have their hands full because I think everybody can have a loss. But again, that's week 1. Who knows, week 5, maybe by week 5, somebody's pulled some separation and is back to, status quo. But to me, it looked wide open.
ACC took it on the nose. Clemson goes down. Florida State goes down. North Carolina goes down. At the same time, we see the Pac-12, maybe a bit of resurgence, kind of. That sissy blue paid off. UCLA takes down LSU on the road. I don't know what to think of LSU. I don't want to grade too harshly because they were dealing with Ida and because there were some other issues going on with Coach O, but I don't know. I'm a little worried about LSU, but the strength of the Pac-12 might play into this. So I think the Pac-12 might be a beneficiary of the first weekend. I think UCLA looked respectable. Washington losing to Montana certainly didn't help. But
did UCLA look good, or is LSU? Are you shocked by what you saw from LSU?
UCLA was better. They were a better football team. Now,
in their sissy blue?
And even in the sissy blue.
Can you say sissy blue in this time?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm surprised he's not getting more. We're getting more heat from Brian Kelly's taking more heat for saying he wants his players executed.
Which was pretty funny.
Then Orgeron, sissy blue it. I didn't think we could say that type of stuff in 2021.
I think Ed Orgeron can get away with it.
He said it like this. He said it sissy.
I thought that was disrespectful to certain community.
They had. Well, I don't think it is.
You mean like me?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just wonder, like, we take everything so literal. Speaking of Brian Kelly, like, do we really have to take everything so literal?
Yes.
Do we know he doesn't want to execute his team? Like, I can't believe that became a thing.
I think it was nobody remembered the McKay. John McKay said that, 25, probably 30
I think
years ago.
He was quoting him. It's just like, he doesn't want his players killed. Why do we have to take, oh my gosh, I can't believe he said this. What is he thinking? I'm like, he's not thinking. He's just talking. It's coach speak. He's upset with the way his team played. He doesn't want to kill his team.
I don't think anybody really took it literally. They're just things that you can't say about student athletes. Maybe if you're the NFL, it's a little bit different. He didn't even say it with a smile on his face.
I didn't take that angle.
Because at the same time, these kids are still full-time students and full-time athletes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. Maybe I'm just, again,
it was a little harsh, but it was obviously a joke.
Obviously, anybody who if you thought for even the little iota, Coach Kelly wants to kill his players. I heard him say it. He said, execute.
I was like, I laughed.
Who was the biggest winner of the weekend? When you sit today and you look back over the weekend, was it UTSA, Coach
like
Traylor? Was it Missouri, Montana taking down Washington?
I'm going to sound like a homer, but I'm going with the Roadrunners. I mean, they got brought up on the game day, for goodness sake. I'm going to go with the Roadrunners.
I think
or UCLA.
I think UCLA
might be UCLA. Because the big bad SEC went down.
Yep.
LSU's supposed to be one of those teams in the West that one of those teams in SEC that everybody's like, Bama has to play LSU. A&M has to play LSU. So for a Pac-12 team opener to beat up and their sissy blue to beat up on LSU like that, that's a big win. But I'm going to roll with UTSA.
We'll give it a couple games, but Chip Kelly might be back.
That offense was, it's all about pace with Kelly. If he can get that offense,
he might be onto something
to get into that staccato 150 play a game rhythm where they're bam, bam. When Chip Kelly gets his team playing downhill, they're tough to beat, man.
You're right.
That's one of those things. Until you play it, you cannot prepare for it
right
at that kind of speed. But I'm going to give you another. I think that the biggest winner of the weekend was the Cincinnati Bearcats. Circle October the 2nd when they take on Notre Dame. As Cincinnati sits, we talked a couple of weeks ago about teams that are going to get relegated and teams that are going to get elevated. Cincinnati is sitting in prime position right now. Not only could they potentially run the table or be a one-loss team to a loss to Notre Dame, and that alone in their conference in the American ain't enough. But if they can squeak by or play Notre Dame, we're talking about an undefeated season. There ain't nobody going to touch Cincinnati.
Big 12, get the contract signed.
So as
Big
we
12, get the contract
as we
signed.
look
Get
at the
them in there.
elevation, if follow Cincinnati this year, this could be the best possible world for the Big 12 as they don't have much to hang their hat on this year.
Teams like Cincinnati are the teams that make the best case for expanding this thing to 8. or to 12 as far as the college football playoff. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because it's like, how long can you just ignore them? If they have one loss or they go undefeated and, Bama, Ohio State, Clemson, Notre Dame keep edging them out because people are like, oh, well, they play in the AAC. But, when LSU's losing to UCLA, how tough is the SEC West? So the Cincinnatis of the world, the BYUs of the world, they're the guys that are going to keep making the case for this 18 playoff or 12, whatever they're going to expand to. I think it's 12.
We're going to get you caught up with the Dallas Cowboys in just a bit. But before we leave, anybody who stayed up watching the Florida State, well, I hope you did. It was a fantastic finish. Florida State down 18 to Notre Dame. We talked about Coach Kelly coming after the game, talking about executing his players. This is all about Joe Tessitore and the call of the game. Young quarterback.
What you had a problem with the way he called that game?
I did because a play-by-play guy the likes of Tessitore, and there's not since Brent Musburger is there more drama in an announcer's game than Tessie. Tessie will find something to hold on to and give you some drama. Musburger was always great at that. And manufacturing drama where quite frankly it might not exist. But the return of the quarterback from UCF who basically almost had his leg ripped off 3 years ago in a UCF game, and he's transferred to Florida State, and he gets in after the starting quarterback has his helmet come off, and he changes the pace. Well, Tessitore decides this kid's going to bring him back. Not only is he going to bring him back, they're going to win this game, and we will have the feel-good story of all time. And at every snap, it's been 1,085 days. Young man wasn't supposed to walk. He takes the snap. And he kept hanging his hat on something that sadly did not happen. I mean, he brought him back.
He was trying to keep us tuned in, Rob.
He didn't.
He didn't need to.
Exactly. He did not need to do that. He needed to tell us that once or twice. And let's move on. But it became very apparent in those last couple of minutes that Florida State had just run out of gas. And can we talk about head coach of Florida State going for it on fourth down? You moron. You moron.
You didn't like that? But see, then if he doesn't, then everybody's like, what are you doing not going for?
That one was a mistake, man. Okay. I don't think he coached himself out of the game, but Mike Norvell, dude, I know you're rolling the dice. You're playing at home. The building is rocking, but you didn't coach yourself out of a win, but you certainly made it a whole lot more difficult. Hey, coming back, Zack Martin will be watching a positive test over the weekend. Yes, that offensive line is already down one. Connor stepping in. Let's see if Connor McGovern can do it. And Zeke Elliott, as he calls Zack Martin the Cowboys' best player on offense, what are they going to do? They got Tampa on Thursday night. We'll look at it next here on R&R in the Morning. And this is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
TexasCheerLiquor.com, Texas Cheer Liquor app. Go to either one of them. Get your curbside. Call ahead. They'll have it ready for you. Or if you're like me and sometimes you just don't want to leave the couch because it's comfortable and it's molded to your body, they'll deliver to you. TexasCheerLiquor.com or the Texas Cheer Liquor app. Let's say you get in there. They don't have the liquor, the tequila, or the scotch if you're Karl, or the beer or whatever. If they don't have it, my man AD will get it for you, and he'll get it for you in prompt time. Trust me, I've had to do that for my birthday this past year, and he got me the liquor that I needed. And then probably about a day, I think it was a day or two, the very next day he called me, hey, what did you need? I needed that Mad Dog 2020. We turned the clock back. We ruined a few people's mornings the next day, but guess what? It was for a good cause. It was my birthday. Texas Cheer Liquor, they're your one-stop shop for beer, wine, liquor, and cigars. If you need a good cigar, they do have a humidor at all 4 locations. There's 2 on Petrenko, 1 across from Walmart, 1 past 211, 1 at 90 in Montgomery, and the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor at 1431 Palo Alto Road in the Patron Plaza next to Walmart. You can't miss it. TexasCheerLiquor.com, Texas Cheer Liquor app. Official sponsor of R&R in the Morning.
Who's ready to play some ball? Friday nights under the lights. Don't miss the high school football game of the week. Powered by Hill Electric. This Friday on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Rudy J of R&R in the Morning, and I'm with Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm. You've been practicing law for 28 plus years in San Antonio, but what if I'm in an accident outside the city?
I can handle it. Yeah, so I'm licensed to practice law across the state of Texas and every court in the state of Texas. Federal court, licensed to practice at our local Western District, also licensed to practice in the Fifth Circuit, also licensed to practice before the United States Supreme Court. It doesn't really matter. So if you can call the number, I can help you, right? I've handled cases across the state of Texas in the last 28 years. It really doesn't matter where it happened. If it happened in Texas, I can represent you.
If you've been hurt, personal injury, auto accidents, if you're hit by a drunk driver in a truck accident, a motorcycle accident, train and railroad accidents, if you've been injured, call Jason Thompson, lawyerforus.com, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or online at lawyerforus.com.
Is your prostate waking you up more often than your alarm clock? The fact is, the older you get, the more likely you'll have prostate problems, which can affect your everyday life. That's where Prostate Complete by Real Health comes in. Prostate Complete is the result of 20 years of experience as a leader in men's health. The powerful formula in Prostate Complete supports natural prostate function and reduced urinary urges for a better quality of life. Available at Walmart. Visit prostateoneperday.com for special offers. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The NFL is finally back, and DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL, has millions of reasons why you should be excited. To kick off the football season, DraftKings is giving new customers a free shot at a $1 million top prize, with a total of $4 million up for grabs for Thursday's opener. Getting in on Thursday night's single-game showdown is easy. Draft 6 players from the season opener, stay under the salary cap, and see how your team stacks up against the competition. Feel the NFL action like never before with a free shot at $1 million payday. Download the DraftKings app now and use code KJM. This week, new customers can get a free shot at the $1 million top prize and $4 million in total prizes. Enter code KJM to get a free shot at the $1 million top prize with your first deposit. That's code KJM. Only at DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
We've got your free tickets to see every Dallas Cowboys home game all season long. Register to win now at sasportstar.com. Cheer on America's team on your home for Cowboys football. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Don't mind the brake lights. We'll get you there. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning. Rudy J, Rob Thompson with you. Hey, we got Pitbull tickets with Iggy Azalea.
Dale.
Pitbull's
obsessed. He's an international stud.
Mr. Worldwide.
And he started off gangster rap. And then he was like, you know what? This isn't working. I'm going to put on a suit, make more woman-friendly music. And off to the bank he went.
And, you know, I don't think he ever
one of the
stopped
smartest
touring.
moves ever.
And he'd been busy throughout. Yeah. He's one of those few artists that just kept on touring.
Yes.
I'll be there. I don't know if y'all will be, but I'm coming. We'll have some tickets to give away. He and Iggy Azalea.
So she's definitely opening, right? Pitbull's closing that.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Is this separate or are they touring together?
They're touring together.
Oh,
and
yeah, she's the
Pitbull's
opener for
first.
sure.
So it's Pitbull and Iggy Azalea. So usually the first is the headliner.
Yeah.
I don't think Iggy's closing the building down. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not sure.
She's not.
Unless Pitbull's got an early flight.
Or unless they alternate. Maybe it's both their tours, so they alternate. You never know.
I'd be a little pissed.
Pitbull
What's Pitbull doing on
is
already?
not opening for Iggy.
No.
I'm being funny. There's no way.
Iggy
Trust me, it's
got
not
about
even
20 minutes worth of music.
15.
Max,
what are you
man.
talking
That's
about?
with an extended Gotham City mix.
Yeah.
In between. I've never seen Pitbull live. I imagine it's a hell of a show.
Oh, I'm sure it's amazing. I'm sure it's an amazing show. I'm a bunch of women dancing.
Dale. We'll bring it up. In a
Y'all
bit.
watch any movies this weekend? Anybody watch the Marvels, the Shing?
No.
Yeah, I saw it. Shang-Chi.
Was it good?
I liked it. Yeah. If you're a Marvel fan and you're into those kind of movies.
It lived up to the Marvel bar.
Yeah, and with the exception of kind of a reference of what's going on in the universe.
Did they give you the after movie?
Yeah, they got two. You get 2 credits, so stick around after the full black screen white text credits too.
I find that annoying as hell.
Why?
Just
It's
stop
their
it.
thing, Rob.
I just stop.
Dude, Rob, is get off my lawn today.
Well,
he's like, hey, tennis players, toughen up.
Well, yes.
Hey,
Cut your crying.
Forget your stupid after movie teases. Get off my lawn.
Give me the tease,
dude.
Right when the movie's over. Don't make me sit through. I don't need to know who the best boy was and the third gaffer, but I got to sit through that crap.
Get off my lawn.
So you'll show me another reason to go see another Marvel movie with yet another freaking character. I can't keep up. Marvel Universe, I can't keep up.
Me neither.
With 90 different characters.
When this one came out, the previews, I was like, who is this guy?
I appreciate you, but let that just be its own thing. I don't need to see Mr. Ten Rings in the Black Widow movie. I don't need to ever meet, as far as I'm concerned. They could practice their superhero-ness in different time zones and take care of all that is good and decent in the world, and they could never even cross-pollinate at all. And I would be fine with that.
Now that part I agree.
I don't understand the need to incorporate 19 different characters. And then on top of that, okay, so you do all that, and then you come up with something else. What if? So what if everything we already told you, every movie you've already invested in, is not even relevant anymore because we decided to change the timeline?
Because it makes money, Rob.
Oh, my
It made
gosh.
$90 million in a 4-day weekend. I think that's a record.
I feel a pledge text or tweet coming.
You're
about to make Pledge highly upset.
I like each one individually, but when you put the puzzle together, it's too much work.
I know.
Just
like, and especially for someone like myself that didn't read comics. Like, I didn't read comics, so all of these people are new to me. I am excited for Venom. I was a huge fan of Venom. That was a good movie, so
Another
I'm excited
character
for part 2.
I've never heard.
You don't
of.
know Venom?
I
Venom's
do
awesome.
now, but I mean, I don't know how he plays into the grand scheme of things.
Someone says it's all one huge story. No, it's not.
No,
they're making stuff up.
Just we run out of ideas. So you know what we're gonna do? What if?
And the guy, the Marvel guy, he's passed away, right?
Yes, Stan Lee passed away, but he just wrote all the comics. I don't know how much
is the brand in good hands?
I suppose so. You'd have to ask Pudge. He actually knows who's doing what, and they have a whole mapped out plan. Like this is phase 4 is what they call it. And all the way back in 2008 when Iron Man came out, that was the beginning of phase 1. So the phase 4 is almost like, okay, we've had enough of Chris Evans as Captain America, and Robert Downey Jr. is tired of being Iron Man. So we'll figure out what we're going to do. And now the whole multiverse thing will basically be like, oh, what if there's a female Iron Man or Iron Woman, I guess. Yeah.
What if?
What if?
The whole world just, what if we completely redo it all?
Hey,
I feel you.
If people watch it, it makes money.
I should not argue, but
man, there's a lot of things that make money that we shouldn't do.
And I hate going to movies.
Vanilla Ice made a lot of money.
Yes,
that should have never happened.
Well,
there's like 15 Fast and Furious movies at this point.
Now I'm with you on that.
And you sit in like episode Faster and Furiouser, and you're not one of the Kool-Aid drinking mob that has
Fast
seen
and Furious
everything.
is ridiculous.
And
that's ridiculous at this point.
And you sit through these movies and you want to be a fan, and then somebody says something in the movie that's like this innocuous line, and then everybody around you just starts laughing, and you're like, what I don't understand why that was so funny.
You feel left out.
3 movies ago in episode 4, when he said this, remember when he dropped his milk? That's what he was talking about right there. That happened 8 years ago. But if you're part of the club, you thought that was funny. I hate that.
Pledge says stay in your lane, Rob.
That's my problem. I can't get into your lane. I'd like to join your lane. No one will let me over. I've got my blinker on. I'm trying, and too many new characters come zooming by me.
I did not know 10 Rings. I thought it was just some new action film, and then next thing I see the Marvel pop up, I'm like, where did he come from? Did he travel down from Mars?
He's been in the comic book series, and there's a whole bunch of Marvel's also X-Men and things like that. So I don't know how many there are. I'm not a comic book person.
Sent some people and they tagged us. So the people we sent to the movies, you had a good time with your sons or daughters.
We hope you did.
Love y'all.
But and I'm gonna go.
Rob and I don't get it. I'm with Rob on this one.
If it was just a one-off, and that was, that 10 Rings dude, I wish they'd bring him back. I wish they would use him more like that instead of, guess what? Next movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp, we're going to partner up with Shingun and the 10 Rings, and they're going to go.
Shingun plays for the Rockets.
What?
Shang-Chi is who you're thinking of. Şengün is Alperen Şengün, who plays for the Rockets. Come on now. Got to get your names right.
I heard the last
That's
two
a
were good,
turnover
though. I
shade.
heard this one was good, and I heard Black Widow was good.
I heard they're all good.
I
I
don't
don't know
know
how they all fit. Although I hear that the Black Widow will soon be available without having to pay $30 or whatever it was on.
Okay.
Which kind of let me down. Hey, Zack Martin's out with the COVID.
Ouch.
Connor McGovern will play into it. How's Zeke going to do? Lots of Cowboys talk coming up next. Hang with us. You're on R&R in the morning here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 94.5 FM.
Emotion. There are few places in the broadcast universe where emotion is so sweet.
To the ground ball toward the middle counter. Falefa to his left. He's got it. He spins. He throws. He got it. And the ball game's over. Joey swings and launches one high in the air, deep center field. This one's on its way. That ball is history. This game is tied.
This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Can you feel it?
Thomas J. Henry has been featured in Forbes magazine, Fortune magazine, and Bloomberg Business Week for securing record-breaking results for clients injured in accidents. For more info or to start your claim today, visit tjhlaw.com. San Antonio, Texas.
Hey, San Antonio, it's time to get out and grill. This is Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Summer is here, and no backyard barbecue is complete without Kielbasa sausage. We handcraft them the old-fashioned way, the same way we have since 1949. You may want to buy a little extra because your family and guests will be coming back for seconds. Try us today. Find Kielbasa sausage at a store near you.
Texas Cheer Liquor, your one-stop shop for beer, liquor, wine, and cigars. Follow them on Facebook to keep up with specials and tastings. 4 locations, 2 on Petranco, 1 past 211, 1 in 90 in Montgomery, and the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor next to Walmart Palo Alto Road, Suite 101.
Your source to local news and sports in San Antonio begins with the San Antonio Express News. We've collected, written, and shown the stories that matter most to San Antonio. Look no further than the San Antonio Express News to continue to provide information and strength to the community. Whether it's on the field or on a court, we provide the ground local coverage. Go to expressnews.com for the most up-to-date high school and college sports coverage. Subscribe today at expressnews.com.
Don't go through the fall months with that joint pain. Call QC Kinetics now. Regenerative Solutions are here bringing lasting relief from joint pain with no downtime, no surgery, no steroids. QC Kinetics uses natural biologic therapies that restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and back. Patients here are raving about the results. Hey, it's James Pledger with San Antonio Sports Star. Listen, you don't have to live with that chronic pain, and don't think surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics now and learn more about these exciting natural alternatives. You've heard football legend Emmitt Smith talk about QC Kinetics. Now it's time to see what this is all about. Fall is the time to enjoy life to the fullest. Act now. Restorative, regenerative therapies are available here, and the in-office consultation is free. Locations in Hollywood Park and Westover Hills. Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. Non-surgical joint pain relief, 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318.
Don't let pain keep you from doing the things you love. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. Whether you've been living with chronic and nagging pain for years, or if you've recently experienced an injury, our goal is to get you out of pain as quickly as possible. Arasti is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, Arasti accepts most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. So 82% of you listening will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. 82% of you will note that if you're hiring, ZipRecruiter finds qualified people for your job. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And 82% of you will remember that you can try ZipRecruiter for free, but you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
We're short a PCO today. Let's try to stay on schedule.
New customers have Emery's exterminator business buzzing.
Fungicide.
She needs new specialists to tackle a swarm of appointments.
Norwegian tree mouse. That's a first.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Having some starting trouble? We can help you out. Let's start with a free battery test. If you just need a charge, we can help with that too. And if you need a new battery, we've got a wide selection of replacement batteries starting at just $79.99. And we're the only place you can find proven tough Duralast batteries, including Duralast Platinum with AGM and EFB technology. That's why we're America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2020.
Making Moves is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs.
The 1947 Notre Dame Fighting Irish entered the season with quarterback Johnny Lujack, the Heisman favorite, and an offensive line considered one of the greatest in college football. The talented Irish squad didn't disappoint. They went on to an undefeated season and won the national championship after defeating unbeaten and third-ranked USC 38-7. 46 players went on to play in the NFL.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
Recruiting is what separates you from the rest of the field. It's true in college football and even truer in business. LinkedIn Jobs is here to help your small business find the candidates worth interviewing faster. And it's free. Create a free job post in minutes to reach your network and beyond to the world's largest professional network of 770 million people. Every week, nearly 40 million job seekers visit LinkedIn. You could have your star talent in place this fall. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the home of the Cowboys, Rangers, and Aggie football. KCDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J, R&R in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome aboard San Antonio Sports Star. He is Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Karl Schoening directing us all the way to 10 o'clock. It's a football Monday or Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
It is a Monday, Tuesday. You got a bonus day this week.
Don't take us backwards, baby.
I won't. Although we'll all be calling it Monday all day long. We're going to have our victory cigar celebration here about 8:30. Roadrunners, step up. Find yourself a clipper. Get yourself a, Macanudo. Punch. Something.
There you go.
Name your favorite brand. Clip it off and let's smoke a victory cigar at 8:30.
Yeah, Nicaresca, New World. There's too many that I like right now. Too many.
Did you celebrate appropriately this weekend with one?
Friday, see, in our minds, my wife and I, in our minds, we had this elaborate weekend planned out. Oh, Friday we're doing this. Saturday we're doing that.
Too many
Sunday
celebrations.
Friday got out of hand and it got out of. See, when her family comes around, things go awry.
In a good way.
In a good way. It's like, we're going to take it easy Friday because we still got Saturday.
You didn't take it easy Friday.
Friday, we went so hard. So Saturday, we were couch bums. Saturday was a wash. Saturday, we had all this plan. We're going to go to dinner. It's our anniversary. We're going to go out. We're going to go dance. It's just going to be us. We're not going to invite anybody. We never do date night. There was just us. So, yeah, it was just us. And that damn remote and blankets.
Little sweaty face.
Yeah.
So needing some grease. Little hot all day long.
So Friday, it was a great time. But Friday kind of like hampered the rest of the weekend. And Sunday, my buddy, shout out to Vasquez, got married. Crazy fun wedding. And yesterday, Monday, which was just another recovery day. So it was still a great weekend, but it wasn't what we planned. We planned a lot more, but Friday kind of derailed us.
I saw the
what?
I saw the Facebook Live post.
Oh, you were like
Saturday morning from Friday night.
And you were like, oh.
And I knew you had a good night. I knew at that point it was going to be a long and fun weekend.
Yeah, but it was cool, man. I had a good weekend. What y'all? I mean, your birthday weekend.
Yeah, mine was pretty chill.
You had like 80 lobsters yesterday, bro.
We grilled some lobster tail. They were good. They
looked good. Did you have the see? I haven't had lobster too many times. Did you have the sauce where you're supposed to dip it into?
Oh yeah, the butter garlic.
Butter garlic.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have butter garlic if you have lobster, right?
Yeah. I don't know another way to do it. I've seen other people do it. But, you just kind of snip down the end and you poke your fingers in to get it separated from the shell. And then you put as much butter as that thing will hold and throw it on the
those
grill.
were meaty. Like you didn't get no little baby because sometimes you go some places.
I wish they'd have had babies. I didn't.
You had some grown men lobster tails.
Those were big, man. That was
what
lobster.
ocean were those from?
I don't know, but evidently they've been eating gold.
They were great.
They feed them things that are very expensive. That is not a cheap thing to get, man.
Your parents enjoy it?
I hope so. There was
Did
none
they
left.
tell you to? They tell you they did?
You know, I'm the only guy for his birthday does all the cooking.
I know. It was your birthday and you're slaving over the grill?
That's not slaving.
That's a hobby.
That is my zen. That is where I find my peace.
For you.
Had all the Yingling I could drink, had music on, had the beautiful South Texas scenery in front of me.
And what was good about yesterday, Rob, it wasn't too hot.
No.
You know, it wasn't overbearingly hot yesterday.
Although I do think we hit 100 for the first time over the weekend. At some point, I think for the first time we hit it. And it's starting to tell, man. Things are getting brown. Although that tells us football season is here.
Yeah.
Boy, it kicked off the right way. The Cowboys starting Thursday night. They got some rough news over the weekend. Zack Martin is the latest of the Dallas Cowboys to fall into the protocol. We don't know much more than that. The expectation is he will not be available to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and all 22 returning Super Bowl champion starters. What was going to be tough has gotten more difficult. Connor McGovern looks to be the guy to step in. He's had some seasoning. You've had an opportunity, man. Now's your time. When man meets moment, this is your opportunity, young man, to become a professional football player and own a career instead of a short-term cup of coffee. This is it.
Well, I get that, but I mean, when Zach clears protocol, he's going back.
Absolutely.
He's done. Zeke said he's the best player on their offense.
Can you quibble? Can you argue?
It's just weird to hear.
Who, Zack Martin is the best player on their offense?
It's just weird to hear someone say that because you got QBs, you got running backs, you got receivers, you got tight ends. So it's weird to hear that, but I get it.
He's the best player at his position on the team.
In football.
Yeah, I mean,
he might be the best guard in football.
He might be. So,
well,
yes. Is he the most important?
There's a kid from Indianapolis. But
yes, probably, especially if you're Zeke. Because
Zeke's like, I run behind him.
Dude, I really was looking forward to looking at that ass heading downfield. You know what I mean? I was really looking forward to watching you rumble and bumble in front of me as I make one cut and go. So, yeah, I imagine Zeke's a little let down. I don't know how obviously it's going to affect the game. But I don't know if it affects the outcome. Mm-hmm. I don't know, even as the biggest diehard Cowboy fan who looks at everything and the RJ Ochoa, things are blue and silver in my world and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
He a blogging the boys, rock the mic champ.
Shout out RJ.
Yeah, shout out RJ. I don't think anybody expects a win. I think we're hoping for a win as Cowboy fan. I think Cowboy fan looks at this and goes, if everything goes perfect, we got a chance. And when you look at it that way, you're expecting a loss.
But see, if you're the Cowboys, again, you don't need locker room material at this level. You shouldn't anyway. I should say you shouldn't need it. But we can't have them as a contender and then have them coming into any game as just like, oh, this is a loss. If they are who it's not just us in this room. People across the country, Dak's back. This team has a chance to be in the NFC title game, if not the Super Bowl. If that's the case, if they are who we think they are, we shouldn't be coming into any game saying, oh, this is a loss.
Unless, of course, it's the Super Bowl champ and all 22 players. Starters are coming back. And on the off chance
8-point dog. That's big for a Super Bowl contender to be an 8-point dog. That's a huge line.
Yeah.
That's a huge line for a Super Bowl contender.
But you're on the road. Now, let's talk about it.
Okay.
So the Cowboys are on the road
against
a team that is fully functioning and returning. Now, certainly you got to worry about rust and, the self-anointed championness that every Super Bowl champ has to deal with. But even earlier this morning on Keyshawn and Jay and Max, I guess they're going KJM now. I don't know exactly how they're going to do this.
I don't know. Good question.
But
sounded good this morning.
Yeah, it's good to have Max on there.
Yeah.
Keyshawn said, returning Super Bowl champs don't lose because they're they're worse. They lose because half their guys are gone. That coaches get plucked away, and great players that contracts are extended are gone, and those that deserved a raise because of what they did are gone because they got the raise. That's why Super Bowl champs lose the following year, not because they're let down. These are pros. This is Keyshawn's words, not mine.
I know what you mean.
But yeah. I think that there is a little bit of having a target on you and having to elevate your game even more so when you're the champ. But this is the best case scenario for return. And then you've got the Cowboys who are really, you've got a quarterback who hadn't played. I mean, there's enough of a sample to say we're not too concerned about Dak, but the dude hasn't played in a year, nearly a year, and has zero training camp reps, at least on the lights in front of anybody. So there's that. Is the line going to be able to hold up now that Zack Martin's gone? There's that. There is the linebacker rotation. What's going to happen with these linebackers? Are they going to be able to manufacture enough turnovers to make up for what is still kind of a talent deficit? I'm not even comfortable with the kicker. So I think there's some issues that the Cowboys can face, and if they're just competitive without winning, certainly it doesn't help. But I don't think Cowboy fan loses their mind because it is Tampa Bay week 1. That's a big bite of apple for anybody.
Now, what are you saying as a diehard Cowboy fan as you look behind Rob to his left? No, his right. Huge Cowboy fan. He hung that up. Now, what's the story if they win this game?
It's
Cowboy fan, you have to turn. If you're not a Cowboy fan and they win this game, turn your Twitter notifications off because they are going to lose their you-know-what if they win this game. Give me Cowboys and the points. I know it's not Thursday, but I'm hyped. Give me Cowboys with the points. There's no way if this team is who I think they are, rust or not, they get beat by more than 8.
BetUS.com.
BetUS.com, baby. We got them coming up. I was like, damn, man, we're so good at this. No, but yeah, give me Cowboys in the points, man. I really feel like this team could be special.
I do too. But it is the Super Bowl champs.
Started with 22 starts.
And I heard a stat earlier. If the Cowboys, they are awful against the blitz. And if they get into a situation.
They won't be in a Mahomes situation. Dak won't run 400 yards backwards.
Well, the Cowboys have a history. If Dak Prescott gets blitzed more than 15 times, they lose.
Oh.
I mean, there is a history.
Damn, I love fun facts. That's a hell of a fun fact, Rob.
So Dak is not successful against guys, but I don't like that stat on its own, because when you're up 21 points in the fourth and you're playing against a team that's desperate to come back, blitzes are appropriate. If you got
putting your ears back and go after
if the Cowboys are playing, the 50-50 football that Coach Garrett desperately needed, where you really don't know run or pass, blitzes are suddenly taken out of the parlance. But when you're behind, blitzes are coming, man, because they got nothing to lose. They give up one big play. They still got a 3-touchdown lead, which has been the Cowboys, down by 3 touchdowns in the middle of the third quarter and then try to make a comeback. So I don't like those stats, but I'm not trying to justify a loss. But if
you are justifying a loss, Rob. That's what you're doing.
No, well, yeah, kind of. I am. But there is the line concern, the 8 points, which that's not the game. So you look at it and go, well, yeah, I'm going to take that 8 points. I like that. Are they going to win?
I don't know if they're going to
win, but I like the 8 points.
As Botello says, yes, Brady hates them. He hates the fact that they're America's team.
All of that. This is going to be tough. It got tougher without Zack Martin, but I don't think it'll, even worst case, it'll be a blowout. But to expect the Cowboys to roll out of the gate, minus their best player on offense, if not on the entire team, in Zack Martin, with a quarterback that hasn't played since the first week in October of last year, with a wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb who's just now coming off the COVID protocols, and turned out he wasn't overly sick, but he did lose his smell and his taste for a week, couldn't taste his toothpaste. So there are some external issues that are going to play into this. But a loss, I don't think anybody would come out on Friday morning unless the Cowboys just lay an egg and 3 turnovers and it's 35-7.
I think again, because I've seen teams get off to slow starts. I'm more concerned with even though I think they could cover, I'm more concerned. I want to see the shoulder. I want to see if is he wincing after throws? Is he able to make those tough throws to the deep ball throw? I'm just interested to see how Dak moves and how he throws. I wonder if that shoulder's still bothering him or not. That's the biggest concern for me, because that's something that could linger until week 15, 16, because I don't think, if he's still hurting, I don't know if it gets any better.
I can tell you this, after a lot of the NFL had a mini bye week, a lot of teams were treated like it was a bye and got to go away and come back in preparation for this week. There's a lot of nervous coaches waiting on those COVID tests coming back. Lots of nervous coaches today.
Good point. Great point.
Let's get you caught up on all the headlines that are indeed fit and unfit to print. Karl's got them compiled. Let's catch you up.
Here's the 411 in the 210.
What do you mean fit? they all fit here. As we go into headline 2, we got soccer going on. The United States men's qualifiers not going as planned. They have to send back Weston McKennie to Juventus after a protocol breach.
Is Juventus the J silent?
Yes, Okay. As far as I know, it's Juventus.
Well, forget that. Not only that, tie against El Salvador, tie against Canada, and then Wednesday you're going to Honduras, where you haven't won since 2009. So our World Cup qualifying isn't starting off the way I envisioned it, because I had high hopes for this team. Again, there's 12 games left in qualifying, but this isn't the start. Like, you can't, first of all, we're USA, so we can't be penciled in for a win against anybody, but we're supposed to beat Canada and their tugboat Navy. So we didn't. It is what it is. I'm disappointed in them. But again, there's 12 games left. Hopefully we can right this wrong, because if we miss two World Cups in a row, shut it down. Let's just shut it down. Let's just stick to MLS. Forget the U.S. men's team. Shut it down. Don't pay them. Like, they definitely shouldn't be getting paid more than the women if we just don't even qualify for 2 World Cups in a row.
What happened to this soccer generation?
What happened to the soccer generation? I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, the women are growing exponentially. The women's side soccer is exponential growth. They're the best team in the world.
I don't know. Title IX that we have, our women were able to do things a lot before some other countries. I think that's the biggest thing.
I think that's certain. But for men's soccer to be at this level, it's like we lost a generation. Did a generation of soccer guys
we're just now coming up? Yeah, it was
that
because I think the media, we've done such, not us, not you and I. I'm just saying as a whole. It's just like soccer sucks. And that's what you're told. That's all you ever heard in America when I was growing up, was soccer sucks, is stupid. They only score 1 point. Soccer sucks. Soccer sucks. Basketball, football, baseball players were the guys making all the money. Whereas in other countries, the soccer players are the guys. So everybody grows up playing soccer. So now we're finally catching up, but this isn't how I envisioned this starting. But we're coming. It's coming, Rob.
Well, I've been hearing that for 50 years. But what I don't understand is, even though, yes, U.S. men's soccer is down for whatever reason, and we can talk about upper level development and all that kind of thing. But what I don't understand is, I am pretty sure that today there are more people playing soccer, more kids playing soccer, more high school players playing soccer than in history in the United States. There are more doing it today than there were. And you look at the great countries around the world, and, Brazil and Italy and France and all of that. We have at least more in the pool. There's more guys playing soccer in the United States than there are in France.
Yeah,
it's still not a common NCAA scholarship Division I sport.
If I've got a talent pool of 100,000 and the French have a talent pool of 10,000, or I'll be generous, 50,000, we've got twice as many to pool from. So you're going to tell me I can't find 20?
No.
To match anybody in the... I mean, we can't even find 20 to match Canada.
Right. I think if Mike Trout, Christian McCaffrey, Russell Westbrook pick soccer, we're all right. Like, there are people Russell Westbrook size that play for the German national team or the French national team that are 6'3", 6'4", and just monsters. It's just our best athletes choose other sports.
Well, I haven't even gotten into tennis. I mean, there are a couple of sports
our
that
men's
are just
tennis is awful.
A generation, an entire generation just phoned it in. And we've got not a single qualifier in the quarters for men's or women's in the U.S. Open. The men are struggling to get past Canada and Antigua. I don't understand.
I'm hurt.
For me, I don't think it's about talent anymore. I think it's on the upper level on how we develop that
our
talent.
development is bad. Like I said, they got 10-year head start on us. Our kids are still going to college, which is a good thing. I would never knock college. But while our kids are at UCLA, those kids are with Barcelona at 14, 15, developing their pro skills. And again, nothing wrong with college. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, if we're just talking about soccer, college isn't the route. It's professional training camps.
I'm glad I don't care because I would be furious today. Moving on. Ignorance and apathy.
Headline 1. This one does fit, Rob. LaMarcus Aldridge, cleared from his heart concerns, will re-sign with the Brooklyn Nets. Give it one more chance at a ring.
So what's the difference today than when he was originally diagnosed with this issue?
Panic. It scared him to death, man. He thought he was going to die.
Good point.
You know, he was in the hospital. I mean, this is the third time he's gone through it. Yeah, I'm sure you wake up the next day, like the docs come and say, I don't think you should play basketball anymore. And you say, you're right. I'm not going to do that. That was a long night. I'm not going to deal with that. Yes, he got back just like we've seen many others. Chris Bosh dealing with different issues, but still the same kind of thing. Bosh with the blood clots. And LaMarcus has a heart issue. Now he's gotten another, got a second opinion. And
Did the fact that DeAndre Jordan signed with the Lakers clear up this spot? Because that kind of went under the radar that he's a Laker.
Yeah, he was traded for 2 players, Julio Okafor and Sekou Doumbouya. So it's I think that is the 15th roster spot there with Aldridge signing, and he joins former Spurs and Trailblazers teammate Patty Mills.
I thought that he would land in Portland, but it sounds like this was orchestrated from the get-go.
Yeah, this is like, hey, if you do decide to come back, we got you. We got a spot for you.
He's been in constant contact with the coaching staff and front office up there in Brooklyn since his retirement back in last year.
Knock on wood, man. Let's hope everything, and I'm sure it is, the NBA and the Nets, and I'm sure he will do all the due diligence out there. Finish your career on your terms. Don't let the doctors rip it off. So go do it, but
Brooklyn and the Lakers, they keep signing some people over 30-something to match or one up each other.
It's just it's always a little scary,
Heck yeah,
it's always kind of
heart.
Yeah, that's
that's a heart. You tell me something wrong with my heart, I'm gonna freak out too. You start Googling stuff, and then next thing you know, you think you're gonna die tomorrow.
Guy we work with walks around with a pacemaker with a thing on it.
Defibrillator
on it. So yeah,
scary stuff.
Ever since Lynn Bias and not Lynn Bias, excuse me, Hank Gathers, there's been a pretty consistent defibrillator at the players' benches so they can get out there quickly.
Hank, Reggie Lewis too. Also,
it's weird. Like football, we get it. The concussions, the CTE, but basketball players, and hell, I even know some guys that aren't known people that have heart issues, and that's mostly basketball guys that have these enlarged hearts. I don't know if it's I don't know what it's from. I'm not a doctor, but it's weird that they have heart issues.
It's called Marfan syndrome.
What is that?
And it's not the most common of the heart issues. I'm sure there's others, but Marfan syndrome affects both the men and the women, and it's a thyroid issue. And you can always tell Marfan types they've grown a little bit more than maybe their body had planned, and because of an overactive pituitary or thyroid gland. So they have the heart issues, and that when you see a tall person dealing with that, I always fall back to Marfan syndrome because of just
I was wondering. It seems like basketball players deal with that more than any other sport,
and it's a heart rhythm issue. And Flo Hyman, would have been the greatest volleyball player ever in the United States, died of it. And from that point on, I think we pay a little bit more attention to it. But yeah, it's always scary. But I'm happy for a guy like LaMarcus. Finish your career on an up note and on a team that you might go get a ring. And that's really all I think he could hope for. And maybe that'll be enough. Get one ring and ride off into the sunset.
Amen.
Go ahead.
No, I got one more.
Yes, let's do it.
And headline 0, Ravens work out Le'Veon Bell and Devontae Freeman after one of 3 remaining running backs on the team tears their Achilles. That was Justice Hill, who adds on to another injury with J.K. Dobbins, who's out with the season-ending ACL tear.
Yes, sir. So that's why you draft your fantasy teams as late as possible.
That's why my Gus Edwards pick is looking more genius by the day.
Gus
is going to get a lot of carries.
I don't know how bad this could get for the Ravens. I don't think it's the end of the world.
But they want to run the ball. They don't want Lamar Jackson being Aaron Rodgers, meaning they don't, as much as they love Lamar, they don't love him that much. He's the only one that ain't got paid yet. Stay woke on that. He hasn't got paid. They don't love him that much, but they're not to the point where they want him slinging it all around the field. They want to run the ball. They want to do RPOs. They want to have a balanced attack. If Lamar Jackson is throwing the ball 35 to 40 times, they probably lost that game. So this is huge for the Ravens for the type of football team they want to be. And Cleveland's better. Joe Burrow's back, and we don't even have to talk about the Steelers. That's a tough division, and to lose 2 of your 3 running backs before you even get to week 1 is brutal for what they want to do.
Of all the teams in the NFL, and certainly losing Dobbins, boy, that hurt. I think the next injury, Justice, that kind of hurt, but they've already got the running back. It's Lamar. As long as that third string guy can at least prove to be kind of a threat in those RPOs where at least I got to work on him diving into the line without keying on Lamar, that helps. But if you think that this is, I don't think this is, they're the only team in the NFL that could withstand losing their top 2 running backs and still go, well, it could be worse, especially when there's a Le'Veon Bell floating around. You can find you don't have to have a great running back. You just have to have a threat at running back, right? That's really all that they need to have.
Yeah. And Lamar's definitely a threat. Gus is definitely a threat. So see how it plays out.
So you're going to start Gus?
Absolutely.
Was he planned to be a starter prior to Justice Hill's
because
injury?
Dobbins had went down.
He was
already the starter. So yes, absolutely.
I had a late night fantasy draft. I had an 11 p.m. fantasy draft last night,
which is insane on a work night for us.
For us, I'm the only morning guy. It's a bunch of media types.
Now, if you were still in the blitz, you wouldn't have mind.
No, I would have done it. But all these guys are getting off work late at night because they do the evening news, and that's when we had the draft afterwards. I auto drafted.
You. And you know what? This is a big money league that you auto drafted.
I didn't like it, but I wouldn't. I mean, it was for the listener. I needed to get my rest.
Damn, Rob, I hate that happened to you, dog. Why not Sunday night?
Well, actually, I've found that sometimes the auto draft, I'm better off.
Let the computer do the work. Best available.
I was actually I had the second pick. And
give me some of your team if you can remember.
I honestly,
you have like
really
3, so who knows?
I know that I had the second pick, and I obviously in just about every mock draft lineup, I don't care what you follow, it's McCaffrey 1
and
2 back out of Minnesota, could be him, but for the most part, it's either him or
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey's 1 in every draft I've seen without question. And then it's 3 or 4 running backs, depending on your scoring system after that. So I didn't know which side to take. So I ended up with, what's his name from the Vikings? Was the number 2 back. I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I ended up with Tom Brady at my quarterback.
Dalvin Cook.
And I got Dalvin, and I ended up with Tom Brady at my quarterback. But see, the computer doesn't follow my draft strategy of diving in for Kelsey in the second round.
Which Karl stole him from you in our draft.
I think it's brilliant. I would have gotten him if he'd have followed
me. You went in the first round? You went Kelsey?
I think he went second round, Kelsey.
Yeah, no, first pick was Travis Kelsey. I wanted to get the tight end out of the way, get Mahomes' favorite target.
It is.
I think he's going to put up running back numbers, but
I took Kamara with my first pick.
See, I would have been, if you don't have the first pick, second, third, fourth, I'd rather be picking 6th because I don't think there's a big separation between Dalvin Cook and Alvin Kamara and Zeke and
whoever
Tennessee back or whatever bell cow you want to choose. I don't think there's a whole lot of difference. So it was what it was. It was funny getting those emails. Are you auto drafting? Why is auto drafting taking 2 minutes?
Like, hey guys, I'm sorry, I have to be at work at 5. Not up at 5, at work at 5.
Have alarms.
I will say that was the best part of Michael Jimenez being our commissioner is that he made sure the person that was auto drafting in our league auto drafted after 2 seconds.
Yes, just boom, get it done.
Oh, he set it up like that.
Yeah.
Thank goodness, because we knew he wasn't going to be here at all. So much like Rob, instead of us all waiting a dreaded 2 minutes for that auto draft pick to happen, they went ahead right away as soon as they picked.
All right, Roadrunner fans, go grab your stogie. Go find the one you want. I recommend a mild, maybe a Nicaraguan wrap, maybe a Honduran wrap, but go get something legal. Sit down. Don't fill it with anything silly. We're going to smoke a victory cigar coming back and celebrate a great win. But before we do, I want to tell you about BetUS. They are mine, and they need to be your book. Football's back. We watched it all weekend, and if you didn't win any money, well, you're just not doing it right. I only endorse one sports book, and that is BetUS.com. You need a sports book with integrity, Longevity. You need to know that you're going to get paid. I hope you won this weekend and got paid. And if you're with BetUS, you got paid fast. You need a sports book that offers everything, including live betting, MMA, golf, horses, esports, all the great prop bets. Yes, they're at BetUS. I want you to call them today. I want you to call them right now. You're missing out. 1-800-79-BET-US. 1-800-79-BET-US. Why call? It's so much easier. You can get it done quicker than I can go to the bathroom and back. Go call them right now. 1-800-79-BET-US. Nobody in the industry gives bigger bonuses than BetUS. And if you'll join right now and mention KZDC, that's us, KZDC, you can get up to 200% in bonuses on your first deposit. Nobody does that. I bet at BetUS, you should too. Join BetUS today. Get yourself signed up and start betting with America's favorite sports book. That is BetUS.com. Sign up today. I don't care if you got another app, you got something else. They ain't not offering you these bonuses. Find out what I know. 1-800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com. That's where the games begin.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage. Available at your local grocery stores.
Both Texas teams were victorious in Major League Baseball last night. The Houston Astros returned to Minute Maid Park to host the Seattle Mariners. The AL West leading Astros took Game 1 of a 3-game series and 6-game homestand 11-2 over Seattle. Lance McCullers got the win for Houston in 6 innings pitched, backed by plenty of run support, including a 6-run Astros half of the second inning. That included a 3-run homer by Jake Myers. The Texas Rangers win their final 2 games of a 4-game series in Los Angeles against the Angels 4-0. A.J. Alexy had a stellar 6-inning shutout performance, only allowing 1 hit and adding 7 strikeouts as part of a Rangers total pitching staff allowing 4 hits all game. Those are your baseball headlines. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
When it comes to replacing your home windows, nobody does it better in San Antonio than the Window Source. If you're still living with old, drafty, single-pane windows, those have got to go. Upgrade to new, Texas-made, Texas-proud, energy-efficient windows. The Window Source of San Antonio offers some of the best deals around, and all come with the assurance of a full lifetime warranty. Call 210-880-3021 to book your free estimate or visit them online to learn more. WindowSourceofSA.com. Let them old windows go.
The San Antonio Sports Star is taking halftime on the road, headed to Twin Peaks this Thursday, September the 9th. We'll be covering the Things Thursday Night Football and prepping you for the Cowboys and Buccaneers. And you have a chance to win Pit Bull tickets, Natural Bridge Caverns tickets, and some Sports Star swag. So join us Thursday for lunch, noon to 2 at Twin Peaks on Days of Zavala and I-10. That's Thursday, September 9th from noon to 2 at Twin Peaks on Days of Zavala and I-10 with the Sports Star and ESPN San Antonio.
Attorney Joe Cordell. New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has guided men through the challenges of divorce. You're not alone. Call Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's San Antonio area attorneys. Offices in San Antonio, Austin, and St. Louis. CordellCordell.com.
Vaccines are not enough, and accurate thermometers are essential for everyone. COVID is once again a major concern, and fever is the key symptom for both the flu and COVID. An accurate thermometer, like the Exergen temporal scanner, is essential to detect fevers early and reliably. Studies have shown that non-contact thermometers are ineffective and therefore dangerous, as they create a false sense of security. Exergen is working with a single focus to ensure that everyone who needs an accurate thermometer can purchase one. Learn more at Exergen.com.
This is Rudy J of R&R In The Morning, and I'm with Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm. You've been practicing law for 28 plus years in San Antonio, but what if I'm in an accident outside the city?
I can handle it. Yeah, so I'm licensed to practice law across the state of Texas and every court in the state of Texas. Federal court, licensed to practice at our local Western District, also licensed to practice in the Fifth Circuit, also licensed to practice before the United States Supreme Court. It doesn't really matter. So if you can call the number, I can help you, right? I've handled cases across the state of Texas in the last 28 years. It really doesn't matter where it happened. If it happened in Texas, I can represent you.
If you've been hurt, personal injury, auto accidents, if you're hit by a drunk driver in a truck accident, a motorcycle accident, train and railroad accidents, if you've been injured, call Jason Thompson, lawyerforus.com, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or online at lawyerforus.com.
911, what's your emergency?
There's a train that just hit a car.
Sir, what is your location? Look around for a street sign, sir.
It's 8th and Orchard. 8th and Orchard.
Okay, very good. 8th and Orchard. Sir, help is on the way.
Why would you do that? The train still doesn't stop. You have to get there now.
At a railway crossing, even if the engineer sees you and hits the brakes, it can take a mile for the train to stop. And for you, that's too late. Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hey, this is Kirk Herbstreit, and this season, with the help from our friends from the College Football Playoff in Eckridge, we're going to crown the first ever national tailgate champion.
I haven't washed my lucky apron since the big game in '96.
Oh, yeah? My tailgate hot sauce hits harder than a linebacker.
Well, honey, you haven't lived till you've had my Eckridge smoked sausage cheese dip.
Now I'm fired up. Are you the national tailgate champion? Eckridge, you do you.
Eckridge is an official sponsor of the College Football Playoff. No purchase necessary. Hence 12/13/21. To enter and for official rules, visit eckridge.com/tailgate.
Sports breakfast for your ears. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning. Get out of bed. Get to work.
Get your... So,
it's 8:40 in the blessed AM.
I'm still doing the sleep.
8:40.
That's
He's
early.
Rudy J. Oh, man. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. That alarm came early this morning. But the good news is you slept right through Monday. It's Tuesday. It's a bonus week. We got Dallas Cowboys football right here on San Antonio Sports Star. We're your home for them. Thursday night, 7 o'clock when the blitz goes off, the Cowboys get going right here. Brought to you by Ewell Kubota. That is one fine tractor. Go get your cigar. Get it snipped. Get it ready because we are celebrating. I'm not going to go biggest victory in UTSA's history. I think that Baylor win. I think the Baylor win under Coach Wilson was necessary to make to get here.
This is a good conversation, Rob. That's you know what? Damn. Because see, I already had it made up in my mind that this was the biggest, but I forgot about that dang Baylor victory. And at the time, yeah, I might go with Baylor. I think Baylor's also just an all-around better program, too.
Yeah, it's not that Illinois is awful. It is a Big Ten win. But right. I think what was most significant about it was how the Roadrunners did it. They never trailed. They ran the ball, which to go into the Big Ten.
You got Sincere McCormick. You better be giving them the ball.
Yeah, they run the ball effectively. Sincere gets over 100 yards. They get a little over 200 yards total in the rushing game. Frank Harris is efficient.
Man, if Frank, again, he looked fine Saturday, but without those injuries, who knows what his career looked like. He's had some huge, he ain't just had like little bitty minor stuff. He's had huge injuries. So for him to still even have the rehabs, people don't understand what a rehab is like when you're talking about an ACL. That's not an easy thing to bounce back from. And to bounce back from it as many times as he had and then still have the wherewithal to get out there and get after it. Props to Frank Harris and his people.
Huge win. Huge win. Light the victory cigar. Where would you go get it if you were going to go buy a cigar, Rudy?
1911, baby, the only place to go. I definitely need the 1911 victory cigar. Man, I put a few up this weekend, boy. I was a chimney this weekend, so I smoked plenty of those cigars from 1911 this weekend. When I say a lot, I'm maybe 3 or 4, not too much, but yeah, I got one. I had one lit up for the Roadrunners. Great win. I was happy for them.
Best part of the win is that Illinois paid them $1.1 million for that game.
Really?
Yeah, that was a money game because usually you bring in a group of 5 or an FCS school or mid-major, what have you, and they say, hey, we're going to pay you $1 million so we can beat up on you.
Damn, to pay $1 million and then to get slapped.
Mm-hmm.
and then get slapped. That's just another in the many long and difficult defeats for Brent Bielema in the teams that he's coached.
And they're coming off a great win against Nebraska. So now I'm wondering about what is Nebraska
Well,
look like?
Nebraska rolled out and had a nice win. So everybody thought Nebraska was done for. They win going away. Now, certainly Illinois went in without their starting quarterback, and then he played a huge role in beating Nebraska. But to go on the road as a team like UTSA and to dominate, this is Big Ten football, and anybody who watched Wisconsin Penn State knows the Big Ten has not left the mid-1980s in offensive structure. I mean,
as far as just like being
it is ground and pound. Yeah. There is no spread them. There's very little RPO. It's our lineman against your lineman. See who hits harder. And that Wisconsin game, Wisconsin Penn State, the one Big Ten game that I did watch consistently, that was old school football. And Indiana Illinois under Brent Bielema, who is of the Wisconsin coaching tree, who's your best running back and your best offensive line against best running back and offensive line. We're going to figure it out. UTSA did that to them. They went into Champaign and ran the ball, and Frank Harris was effective and efficient, found himself a target, got a receiver 10 catches, 150 yards, 155 yards. It was an effective and efficient win by a team that, by every measure, if they'd have just competed, could have come home a conquering hero.
Oh yeah,
this
was one of those games where you're like, hey, I just don't want to get ran out the building, and not only not get ran out, you win.
And as big as the win was Kirk Herbstreit on game day, calling the bear out when they were talking, what is the upset special? And they brought up another game going on in Texas, in San Marcos, as Texas State was hosting Baylor. That was the Bears' upset. They saw the transfers. They knew that Baylor had a new quarterback. It wasn't going to work out. Well, turns out Dave Aranda, pretty good defensive coach.
Yeah.
Just enough. But the upset of the weekend
victory cigar
wasn't given to UTSA, but they deserved it. Light your victory cigar.
Light it up. More fire.
We'll meet you over at 1911. We'll all figure it out together.
I know. Where are you watching the game Thursday?
I'm with you. I don't know where we're going to be.
I don't know, but we gotta get up Friday.
I'll tell you.
Oh, you don't got. Oh, well, yeah.
Karl and I are going to be live out at Twin Peaks over on De Zavala, my home field from noon to 2 with halftime. We're excited about that.
Why don't you just stay?
Might need to Uber over there and
pack a lunch and stay all day.
Pack a lunch. I'm going to eat there.
Oh, that's true. Well, I'm sure
that's what he meant.
They have salad.
I might.
It's during the week. I do have to keep it clean during the week.
Well, we'll see what they got over there.
That's what I don't like about Thursday football.
It.
Thursday football, I'm not supposed to drink during the week. I'm not supposed to eat bad during the week. But when I have Cowboys Bucks, how do I not eat some wings and have a couple whiskeys?
Yes.
How do I not do that?
Yes.
I hope
all of that.
My trainer should understand that, right?
I would understand it.
I know you would.
At least.
So you won't break out the grill on a Thursday?
No, I don't have enough. Well, I might. I'm not accustomed to being free in the evenings. This is the first football season I haven't worked till 7:00 every day. So I don't know what a Thursday night with the Dallas Cowboys will look like. I know the Friday morning is going to be difficult. I can tell you that. I'm pretty sure Friday morning I'm not going to be.
Friday morning, I'm not worried. I think Friday's going to be a great show. One, we'll both probably be a little bit dragging, but two, you'll be headed out Friday. So Friday, we're going to have some fun.
Getaway day.
You got a getaway day Friday.
And it just dawned on me this morning as I'm heading up for the Aggie game playing Colorado and Denver, that I'll be traveling on the first Red Zone Sunday.
Oh, wait, you're going to be flying back Sunday?
Mm-hmm. So my first full Red Zone Sunday will have to happen next week. I'm not complaining.
You ain't complaining.
But it is a high and holy tradition to find a place
you
on the couch.
You ever been to a game in Colorado? Is this
I've been to a Bronco game.
Oh, really?
But I haven't been to a Bronco game since the whole stadium's been redone. It's been about 10 years. It's been a while since I've been there. But I've been to one Bronco game, and they were playing Kansas City. It was a great game. December, cold. It's been 4 or 5 years. No, it's been 10 or 11 years ago. But that was when the old stands would shake, would go up and down when the fans got rocking. It's a good place to go. I was really excited about going to Colorado in August and thinking it was going to be nice and cool. No. It's like 99 degrees when we land, and high 80s is the expected.
In Colorado?
But it's a dry heat.
Oh, what does that even mean?
I don't know.
People say that about Arizona, but your shoes are melting as you walk.
So is an oven. It's a dry heat, but I can bake a cake.
They playing the Buffaloes?
Yes. The Colorado.
That's a good week 2
It's a
game.
good matchup.
That's a good week 2
I
game.
would rather be an Aggie on the road taking on Colorado than I would be Texas taking on Arkansas.
You worried about Texas for that game?
I'm worried about that. Arkansas has this game circled. They have seen this game coming for years. There's a lot of pent-up anger. And I think
from the old Southwestern Conference days,
I think as much as A&M's like, yeah, come to the party. Yeah, you want to see what the party's like?
Kind of, right? That's kind of a rival.
Oh, old school rivalry. So this is going to wake up the ghosts. Texas gets Arkansas this weekend. It won't be as easy as A&M on the road to Colorado.
First sellout in Fayetteville since 2017.
Ooh,
because of Texas.
Suey Pig, man, they're going to be wild in Fayetteville.
Jerry ain't going to be worried about the Cowboys. That's Jerry. That's the 1 week he going to take the Cowboys game off. He going to be worried about Big Suey.
How much you want to bet he'll be at that game? How much you want to bet?
Saturday, then they could then fly back for his game.
He's got a helicopter. I've seen. Yeah, I've seen. He's got the accoutrement to travel at will.
Yeah. Jerry will be there.
Jerry gonna be there. His name is Pat Cantley, and he's had a better month than anybody I can think of in years. Great weekend on the links. We're going to catch up with Pat and all that he did here on R&R in the Morning. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. I talk about it all the time. It's not a matter of if, but when your air conditioning is going to go down. Well, we finally hit 100. It's been a weird, cool summer here in San Antonio, but that does not mean summer is done. If your air conditioning is a little hesitant, you're not quite cool enough, just thinking you might make it through summer and get into fall and worry about it later, don't. I want you to call 210-NO-SWEAT. I want you to call my friends at Service First AC and Plumbing, because right now you dial 210-NO-SWEAT, you're going to get half off your service call. That's good for a summer tune-up, get you finishing through the year, get you going into the fall. And, while it is September and while the fall will begin in just a couple of weeks, it will cool off eventually, and why not have them out there getting your AC and your heat ready for the cooler seasons? The Farmer's Almanac says it's going to be a cold and wet winter. We saw what happened last year. You need to make sure your heat is in good shape. That's why you need a man in the business. You need a guy that will take care of you in an emergency, and that's what Service First AC and Plumbing is. Write this number down, 210-NO-SWEAT. Put it in your phone. One dial will get you 14 years of expert service around San Antonio. Reliable, proactive for sure, but most importantly, they're trusted. I trust them to take care of my most important and most lucrative investment, my home or my business. If it goes down, you need it fixed. That's an emergency. When your AC breaks, what are you going to do? You should already have that answer. 210-NO-SWEAT. Again, 210-NO-SWEAT. The website is servicefirstactx.com. You go there, you're going to see hundreds of 5-star reviews. Put it in your phone, 210-NO-SWEAT. Call them today. They'll come out and check out your AC. They are experts at fixing broken or replacing whatever you need. Call Service First today. Call Service First when you need them. 210-NO-SWEAT, and thank me later.
Win tickets to the first annual First Responder Military Appreciation Day at Paradise Canyon on September 11th, benefiting the Texas Ranger Association Foundation. Special events throughout the day, silent auction, and live music from the Wilder Blue. Register now at sasportstar.com.
Prescription products require an online consultation. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
My husband's ED was affecting our marriage. When he first started experiencing ED, it was difficult for both of us. We didn't know who to talk to about it or where to get help. HIMSS was our answer. HIMSS connected my husband with a licensed provider online. He was able to get medication to treat his ED at a fraction of the price people pay for the name brand. It was delivered to our door, and guess what? Our sex life is back. It works.
Right now, get your first online provider's visit totally free when you go to forhims.com/love. Yep, free. No copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Just the care you need.
Thanks to HIMSS, we got our sex life and our marriage back.
To start your free online visit, go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/love. That's forhims.com/love for your free online visit. forhims.com/LOVE.
Start fall with everything to do business better during Dell Technologies Labor Day event. Save up to 45% on select business PCs with Windows 10 Pro. Power your workday with savings on Dell servers, monitors, docks, and other accessories, plus free shipping on everything. Do more with modern devices and Windows 10 Pro. Call 877-ASK-DELL for a Dell Technologies advisor who can help you find the right tech. That's 877-ASK-DELL for business specials during Dell's Labor Day event.
Buying a car can be a bumpy ride.
You need to get financing from a lender, insurance from an agency, and complete the purchase at a dealership. But Navy Federal Credit Union's fully loaded car buying experience makes car buying smooth. That's because there's everything you need to buy, finance, protect, and enjoy your dream car. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/car buying. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
At Allstate, we've been saying you're in good hands for a long time. But what exactly does that mean? Does it mean you're protected from life's uncertainties? Does it mean you can worry less and live a little more? Does it mean you're not alone, even when things get kind of hard? Actually, yes. Yes, it does. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
Who's ready to play some ball? Friday nights under the lights. Don't miss the high school football game of the week. Powered by Hill Electric. This Friday on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Greeny, weekdays 10 a.m. to noon on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning. Welcome to Tuesday. You just slept right on through Monday. Hope you had a fine non-Labor Day. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Recovering after the 3 days.
Man.
He's Karl Schoenig. He had to travel to another country. Have a good time this. Well, he didn't quite make it. He saw the bridge. Saw into another country. Quinceañera in Laredo.
He thought he was going to get pulled over. Like, let's search you. You know, they do the random searches at the border. Like, y'all look like y'all might have a little something.
There was still a checkpoint.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I had to say U.S. citizen.
Did you get nervous?
I flashed my passport. Nah, I'm not.
Did they have
not
the
too
dogs
nervous.
out that day?
No, and I was disappointed. I love seeing those dogs.
I don't.
Can't pet them.
Never know, man. You always get a little nervous.
Never know.
You're working radio. You don't know what somebody bag you're carrying. You never know. Never know. I think, was it Willie Nelson said the scariest thing he's ever done was just getting a ban through customs. Said, yeah, I could understand that.
Yeah, because Willie probably had a pound in the drums.
Yeah, they
Willie.
They know Willie's coming. Like, y'all gonna have to get
like
out of the
Willie.
bus.
Willie getting checked anywhere he go.
Yeah, and I think they just allow for it.
He sent something unmarked back to the States, is
Even
my
when
guess.
weed was frowned upon, we gave Willie a pass.
Gave him a pass. Yeah.
Willie and Snoop.
Yeah.
Like, even when, like, because there was a time where weed was like, oh my God, how dare you?
Oh,
but those two, Snoop and Willie, we like, hey man, that's Snoop.
Yeah.
That's Willie. Let him smoke.
Because we know what they're like when they're not.
Right.
So let's let them stay. They're
we
creative.
gave Snoop and Willie a pass, man.
Give him a run. Patrick Cantlay's having a better month than you.
Yeah, he is.
He had a better weekend than any of us. He's had a better, 6 weeks? The dude, you want to talk about in the zone, won $15 million this weekend.
And up to this point in his career, he had only won 14 total. So to get to double up in the past few weeks, because again, with the FedEx points, because he came in at 1, he started at 10 under.
It helped.
And that helps. But I mean, you still got to play because guys were chipping at his heels, you know, DeChambeau for the first couple of days. And then, of course,
Brooksy?
Yeah, you know, well, not so much, but you know, guys were chipping at his heels all weekend, and in true fashion, when he had to make a putt, he made it. I mean, we saw that again the playoff against DeChambeau a couple of weeks ago. So props to Cantlay, man. He's hit the ball extremely well, and he's made putts. That's where you win your money, and he's 15 million richer. What does Uncle Sam take from you on 15 mil, Rob? Is that 36%?
Yeah, right there between 36 and 40. Unless you got somebody who can manipulate those funds in a very unique and quick way before the rise.
But
in
I
your
mean,
account.
hell, fifth place got like $1 million or $2 million. It's like, even if you got fifth, you got what you normally would make to win a tournament. So the FedEx, one, they're stealing your shoes. Okay, if you're ordering shoes from GOAT and you order through FedEx, they got a group of guys that's stealing them. So one, they're stealing your shoes. Two, damn, FedEx got some money paying out $30-40 million for a tournament.
Have you ever been this dialed in on anything for this long in your life? Like Cantlay, like right now, I'm sure he is like, is there a tournament tomorrow? Can I just go ahead and get back on the course on a Tuesday because I am on fire
I haven't been. And that's probably why I'm not $30 million rich, because I've never been that dialed in on anything.
I mean,
you?
No. I mean, I am happy. There are days when you wake up and you're buttoned up.
You're ready. You're motivated for the day.
When you wake up and you everything just feels good as you walk out the door. You picked out whatever your outfit, whatever it is. You walk out to a freshly washed car full of gas. You're going to be on time for your appointment, and you are ready, and you got this day going. The buttoned up feeling happens to me about once every 2-3 months. You know, when you really feel like no matter what, today's going to be great. And for the most part, it normally is, because it's more about attitude than, how you react to anything than it is. But to be just on fire, on fuego like this, I've never been like that.
Me neither. And even if it is like, it's like Monday, I'm hype. By Thursday, I'm like, this ain't working. This ain't working. This ain't for me. I give up.
I'm going to have to go Costanza and go opposite. Because
I'm not going to sell solar panels any longer.
No, not
going. Monday, I'm excited to sell you a solar panel.
Wednesday, it's cloudy and no one cares.
Wednesday, I'm like, this is stupid.
I heard a bunch of no's, and I'm just sick of everybody getting mad at me. I'll find something better. And we expect Sean Rima to stumble by. We're going to look around the college football world, and man, keep getting ready for Thursday night. We're home for the Dallas Cowboys here on San Antonio Sports Star, brought to you by Ewok Kubota. That is one fine tractor. Lots of football talk coming your direction. Hang around with us on R&R in the Morning. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
If you got a window, things going bad, you got to get out of your house, or you got to get in, you left your key, and you can't fit in your windows, it's probably time for some new ones. Like right now, come on in, Minix. I'm just doing a read from Window Source. You need some new windows.
A spot, that's all.
Yeah, it's all good.
We're working.
I've seen your house. Actually, I haven't, but you need some new windows.
The on-air light probably needs to be
I think, okay.
When you hear this early, nobody worried about that.
Window Source SA, when it comes to replacing your home windows, no one does it better in San Antonio. And if you still got those old, small, drafty single-pane windows, you got to get those up out of there. Get you some Texas-made, Texas-proud, and most importantly, because we just hit 100, energy-efficient windows. All it takes is a simple phone call, 210-880-3021, or visit them at windowsourceofsa.com. They offer some of the best deals around, and they have professional installation that includes, yes, the full lifetime warranty. They got 30 different styles to go with any taste. They got the showroom floor. They let you come out there. It's off the Fairgrounds Parkway. They come out there. You can do whatever you want to do. Like I said, you got 30 different windows to choose from. You should be able to choose something to fit you and your spouse's style. Call them at 210-880-3021 to book your free estimate, or visit them online to learn more. That's windowsourceofsa.com. Let them old windows go.
Get the latest scores from all varsity sports and all the schools in the 210 anytime at 210varsity.com. Sponsored by the San Antonio Express News. While you're at the game on Friday nights, upload photos and videos to your school's page.
No way.
Plus, check out game schedules and more. 210varsity.com. From the Express News and San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Is your prostate waking you up more often than your alarm clock? The fact is, the older you get, the more likely you'll have prostate problems, which can affect your everyday life. That's where Prostate Complete by Real Health comes in. Prostate Complete is the result of 20 years of experience as a leader in men's health. The powerful formula in Prostate Complete supports natural prostate function and reduced urinary urges for a better quality of life. Available at Walmart. Visit prostateoneperday.com for special offers. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Listen up, sports bettors. This is Hall of Famer Warren Sapp here to tell you about my favorite sports book, BetUS.com. I only endorse one sports book, and that's BetUS.com. Just like me, BetUS is the Hall of Famer of online betting with more than 25 years in the biz. You need a sports book with integrity and longevity, and you need to know when you win, you're going to get paid. You need a sports book that offers all the action to make every game feel like the playoffs. Call today at 1-800-69-BET-US. That's 1-800-MY-BET-US, and they will get you set up faster than I can run the 40. Nobody in the industry gives bigger bonuses than BetUS. I play at BetUS, and so should you. Now is your turn. Join now. Call today at 1-800-69-BET-US. That's 1-800-MY-BET-US. My favorite sports book, BetUS.com.
Join now and get up to 200% in bonuses on your first deposit. Call 1-800-MY-BET-US.
Tell them Sapp sent you.
This is Rudy J of R&R in the Morning, and I'm with Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm. You've been practicing law for 28 plus years in San Antonio, but what if I'm in an accident outside the city?
I can handle it. Yeah, so I'm licensed to practice law across the state of Texas and every court in the state of Texas. Federal court, licensed to practice at our local Western District, also licensed to practice in the Fifth Circuit, also licensed to practice before the United States Supreme Court. It doesn't really matter. So if you can call the number, I can help you, right? I've handled cases across the state of Texas in the last 28 years. It really doesn't matter where it happened. If it happened in Texas, I can represent you.
If you've been hurt, personal injury, auto accidents, if you're hit by a drunk driver in a truck accident, a motorcycle accident, train and railroad accidents, if you've been injured, call Jason Thompson, lawyerforus.com, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or online at alawyerforus.com.
Still running your business on QuickBooks? The bigger your company grows, the faster you sync with outdated software that just can't keep up. NetSuite by Oracle is the #1 financial system, no matter how big your business grows. With visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more, NetSuite has everything you need to grow, all in one place. Special financing is back. NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind financing program only for those ready to switch today. Head to netsuite.com/KJZ right now. netsuite.com/KJZ. Goodyear believes in the power of moving forward. No matter if it's on the track, the court, or the field, movement makes us want to be more. It pushes us to go further, to show the world what we can do. Movement has the unique ability to change our perspective, to challenge us, to work for a better tomorrow. Movement can even bring us together when we're still, because if we're focused on the next move, we don't have to worry about what's behind us. Goodyear, more driven.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facility safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
30 for 30 podcasts and The Undefeated present The King of Crenshaw, a 4-part podcast series that focuses on how the late Nipsey Hussle's life, death, and legacy deeply impacted the sports world. Listen to 30 for 30 podcasts brought to you by Full Sail University, offering accelerated bachelor's and master's programs in music, film, sports, media, technology, and much more. Get your degree online or on campus. Learn more at fullsail.edu/30. That's fullsail.edu/30.
One team, one mission. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday. That's right.
It's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock on the Tuesday morning. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson, wide awake, heavily caffeinated. Karl Schoenig, returning from a quinceañera in Laredo over the weekend. We all fantasy drafted this weekend. Had one at 11 o'clock last night.
That's insane.
Left that to the auto draft gods.
And you know, Rudy, you and I go up against each other week one.
Really?
Yeah, you're favored by 1 point according to projections.
I don't like my team.
What?
But, oh, well, you know, it is what it is.
Good rule of thumb is if you love your team after your fantasy draft, you're done for.
Yeah.
If you walked out saying, I got everybody I wanted, it worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
Not
Only Pledge was like, oh, I love my team.
James is always happy. You know what I mean?
There's some people.
Some people live that life. I wish I was. Yes, that is a good question.
That's
Santos.
a great question.
Did you cumbia this weekend, Karl Schoenig?
He had to.
And we're Santos joined us on our sasportstar.com feed. You can get on a Periscope on our Twitter feed. If you like Facebook, however you are, make sure you're following us and watching us live. That way it justifies us getting up and showering and putting on nice clothes because we're radio. We're used to
we're just throwing on. Yeah, I don't know if I do. I even have shorts on.
Stay seated. Let's not prove a point. So, did you cumbia?
I do not know what that is.
Did you move? Did you get up and dance?
Oh, cumbia. If that's what, if I danced, I danced a little. Is that what it is?
You don't know what cumbia means?
No.
Yes, you do.
When you danced, was she facing? Did you hold her in the traditional dance, or did you dance kind of side by side, moving in a
traditional?
row? Okay.
I know you dance in a circle around the whole.
Did you,
everybody kind of?
Yeah,
like
there was
stepping?
that kind of
Did
part.
you do the stepping? Did you do that part? One foot, little shimmy.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1.
Pretty much.
You might have done some
one
cumbia
stepping,
then.
kind of.
Good job, Karl.
There you go. Out there amongst the family. By the end of the weekend, Karl was known as the Primo walking around there.
Primo!
Got him an official family nickname.
I love it. You love to see it. What'd you get for your birthday? Did you get anything?
What did I get? I got a new rotisserie.
You got the thing you wanted?
I got what I wanted.
So we're going to do a whole hog? What are we doing?
Well, it's not nearly enough for a hog. I wish it was.
Okay,
It's just
that's cool.
But no, I have a whole hog pit if we want to do the whole hog, but I don't put that on a spit. We have the metal wire.
That metal wire, yeah.
Flatten them down. I got the rotisserie so I can do some picanhas and some whole chickens on the roast.
You told me about the picanha. I'm looking forward to that.
That'll be coming soon. Some clothing, some nice
little
cards,
stuff here and there.
Something.
Did Jack get you something?
No, my son did not.
Jack.
He was gone all weekend.
He's 25, man.
Yeah,
cut him some slack. Yeah.
I view it as
like,
a gift.
Pops, I love you. That's good enough for you, right?
The cash that I would have given him to go buy the gift, I just took it and put it in another handle. Said, "Thank you, son. Thank you, son."
I love it.
Yeah, you reach my age. Gifts.
Who cares? I swear I don't need it.
No,
I don't need anything.
If I want it, I go get it.
Yeah, I don't need anything, man. I don't know. I hate when people even ask me, like, what do you want? To just watch TV, be left alone.
If you're just waking up and catching the news, tough news coming out of the Star. Zack Martin, the Cowboys' best player, not just on offense. I think most would agree. I think most would agree is the best player. Has tested positive for COVID-19, is in the protocol. The expectation is he won't test negative enough times to get out. So the Cowboys will go in against the Super Bowl champions on Thursday night, which you can catch right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Get going at 7 o'clock, brought to you by Ewald Kubota, without Zack Martin. Not the best beginning for a quarterback that hadn't played since October of last year, for a running back that is expected to really bounce back and carry this team, not only in yardage, carrying the ball, but catching the ball in the flat, being that super offensive player. And we won't even get into the time that Dak might need to get to the recently released from protocol CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper.
And don't forget Lael is out as well.
And Lael has the neck issue, which might be...
That could linger.
Oh, that's scary.
When you say
news.
neck and back in football, I automatically assume you're going to be down for a minute.
This is worst case. Is it worst case scenario right now? You're coming into the game, you're minus 2 offensive linemen already. Connie McGovern has really not proven that he is ready to take the mantle, though we hope to see him greatly improved. You're going to have a second-year center in Biotish. Tyron's still there. The offense is still intact, but no offensive lineman. We saw the product of that last year. We saw it in week 1. When that offensive line was in trouble, so was Dak.
Yeah.
The expectation with that rebuilt, ankle and all that goes along with it, he should be fine. But this is worst case scenario.
And you have Dak coming in with, I don't know where, because I think with most pro athletes, from what I've heard from them, is the mental side of it. Like physically, you're fine. Like you can cut, you can run, you can throw, but the mental part of it. So if early on this nasty, front seven of Tampa Bay is getting after Dak, does he get happy feet? Again, like the great Kurt Warner said, it's not about actually getting hit. It's just when you start feeling people falling down around your lower extremities, and then you couple that with this armpit/shoulder injury. That's, when you're missing 2 offensive linemen, if I'm McCarthy, I'm doing my best to protect him as much as I can, and we still going to run the ball, and we're going to live to fight another day, because he's coming off of 2 injuries now, not just 1. So we have to see what, Dak looks like after he gets hit a couple of times, because he's going to get hit. He's going to get hit when you're missing 2 offensive linemen. It's just a matter of fact. There's nothing you can do about that. So I want to see how he responds after, people start diving around the legs and you take a couple hits, you take a couple hard hits, and then maybe he falls in the pocket then. Who knows?
I'll tell you, we've looked at this as a drama-free preseason.
Yes.
Other than the shoulder and the concern is he is, and they went through relatively unscathed. COVID reared its head. They preseason game without their defensive coordinator. They lose 4. But now losing Zack Martin, which, we expect him. The expectation was he was vaccinated, most likely will never feel any ill effects other than, as we heard from CeeDee Lamb, maybe you lose your taste, maybe you feel like you got allergies for a couple of days, but he's vaccinated. So the sickness is a concern, but not what it would be otherwise. But the lack of having your best player on Thursday night. So how does that change your expectation for the game? Did it take it from all Cowboys got everything in place to win this, or everything had to go perfect even with Zack Martin to be in it to 8 points now feels right, or now all the Cowboys need to do to kind of help the fandom and to help themselves just be competitive?
Well, first off, it sucks this game is a Sunday because Zack maybe plays, right?
That's
but
true.
it does change the game because, you heard Zeke say, like, hey, well, most of the time we run and I'm running behind him. So it doesn't just change what the outcome would be. It changes your game planning. So, but again, I think McCarthy needs to do his best to protect Dak, and they still going to have to run the ball. There's going to be some times where it looks bleak and you're not getting a yard. You're only getting a yard or two, but you got to keep running the ball. But it absolutely changes everything, Rob. It changes what pass plays you're going to run. It changes how many times you want to run the ball. It changes the excitement in the room, just going in knowing like, damn, we don't have Big Zack. So yeah, it changes it. Now, I know in the first hour we're talking about should this be a game that you just chalk up as a loss when you are an NFC conference championship contender? And I said, we shouldn't chalk up any loss if they are who we say they are. But, missing 2 offensive linemen and your QB coming off of a catastrophic injury. Yeah, this would be tough, though. The 8 points, I still think Dallas can cover that 8. But I do think it changes your entire game plan. But Tampa got to be careful, Tampa has to be careful. These are those trap games where it's like, oh, they're missing 2 line. We about to go in there and beat up on them. And next thing you know, you're in a dogfight in the fourth quarter. You let a sick dog stay around long, and eventually he gonna bite you. So Tampa Bay got to come out and put them away early, or they could find themselves up Hoops Creek. And it's banner night. You never know. Your emotions high. You never know what's gonna happen on banner night. But I know 6 out of the last 7 teams, Super Bowl winners, have won. So history is on the Bucs side.
When you look at bringing in Tom Brady, you bring him in one to go get the Super Bowl.
They do that.
And they do that. Then you bring him in because he's defended a Super Bowl. And I think that's even more difficult to do. And Brady has done that enough times. You'd think that they'd get him, that he would have his team ready, though.
Tom's job this year is going to be letting that team know that we haven't done anything this year.
Right.
That has what we did last year has nothing to do with September 7, 2021. This is a whole new season, whole new team, and now everybody's gunning for us. And Tom and Bill Belichick do that better than anybody. So that's going to be – Tom's going to come out there. He's going to be good, and then sometimes he's going to look bad. Keep in mind, Tom looked bad. Was it New Orleans or the Green Bay game? One of them, he threw 3 picks.
Right.
I think it was the Saints game. He threw 3 interceptions. It's just – I think Drew threw 4. So, they're like, as much as we love Tom, if you look back at last season, one of the games that stands out is the Bears game because the Bears had no business beating Tampa. I have no idea how they did. If you look back at last season, Tom wasn't lights out all year.
No.
So his job is, we know he's going to come out and most games he's going to look good, and there's going to be a few games where he looks bad. This year is going to be more of a leadership role and letting them know, hey, we're nobodies. Get over yourselves. Let's get back to work this season. That's going to be his job.
Very eager to see Micah Parsons and how that defense under Dan Quinn.
I think he's going to be a flat-out stud, Rob.
How often he gets to meet Mr. Tom Brady in the backfield. How often are they going to use those linebackers and the speed they've got to go with the only thing we know that has kind of worked in the past against Tom Brady, and that's making him happy-feeted, burping the baby, as Bart Scott is apt to say, in the backfield. Nervous. Somebody's coming. I got to get rid of the ball. It's the GOAT, but that's really the only thing that we've seen work.
And Tampa Bay doesn't run the ball all too well. They didn't run it well last year, so if there's one positive coming out, you're going to see a lot of quick dump-offs from Tom Brady, so you just got to make your open field tackles and fly to the ball.
As we sit, we've got a variety of kind of injuries. Terrell Basham got an ankle. He should participate all week. Lael Collins, we'll see about that injury. Chauncey Golston's got a hammy. CJ Goodwin's got a hammy. They're all practicing. Ty Neske is limited with a foot. Prescott's got that right shoulder, full participation, and fighting Texas Aggie Donovan Wilson has a groin, but he is full participation as well.
Oh, okay.
We'll keep you up to date with injuries all week long. But, we got a bunch of headlines that just keep stacking up in Karl's office. We got to get them out of there. Let's get us all caught up on the news you need to know. Karl, what you got?
Here's the 411 in the 210.
Good timing because we have a San Antonio Spurs-related Woj bomb coming out right here. Oh, no, it's not that. And there might not be a Ben Simmons rumor of the day unless you just want to get into his Instagram post. But Adrian Wojnarowski tweets out that forward Keita Bates-Diop is returning to San Antonio on a new 2-year contract, sources tell ESPN. He was on a 2-way deal last year with the Spurs.
I like you.
I do too.
He deserved it here in the time. I wonder what that means for Aminu. I don't think we're going to see him. They bought out Chandler. What's his name?
Hutchison.
Chandler Hutchison.
$4 million. Go away. Have a nice life. You don't have to come to San Antonio. I think Keita Bates certainly has earned that time. I liked him.
I like the physicality he brought to the game.
And they need a vet like that.
I liked him, so I'm not mad at it. At this point, the people you're getting are just depth. Some nights Diop may play, some nights he probably won't.
Yeah,
but when he gets out there, I like the physicality he brought to the game in the short time I saw him last season.
You got to bring it in practice. You got to bring it on the road.
And you just got to stay ready.
Yep.
Because with Pop's rotations, it don't matter who you are. Some nights you just might not get the minutes, so just stay ready.
Do you think Aminu will be a Spur, Karl? You think that at some point they'll figure out and he'll sign the tender and come, or is he going to be a pass?
When he signed his full MLE with Orlando, he has not really lived up to that kind of contract. And the one thing is he isn't expiring. So there's a chance that he might get flipped. He might be somebody valuable to have at the trade deadline to return a $10 million player in exchange, sort of like a placeholder. But I don't know. That's a tough question because that would be $14 million they cut if they cut him as well that aren't going to play on the salary cap this year.
It feels like Damari Carroll all over again.
Well, that was
that was a different story because he actually showed up and just didn't play. Then they stretched him.
Yeah.
That's one of those. At some point, I want to find out the real story. What happened with Damari Carroll?
Yeah, he got here and they were like, you ain't playing.
A monumental misstep on it seemed like everybody. Moving along.
Headline 1, UCLA trolls Ed Ogeron and LSU after Ogeron's sissy blue shirt comment on Bruins on a Bruins fan. And now if you go to UCLA's Twitter account, their header is a shirt that says sissy blue with their Jordan logo on it. And who knows, maybe Ed O started a little bit of a potential marketing campaign for UCLA there.
It's the biggest win UCLA's had in years.
Yeah, when was the last time you even heard that derogatory term, sissy?
I don't know who even says that.
I haven't heard that in 40 years.
Yeah, that was the word when I was growing up.
That sounds pretty harsh though.
It's
pretty
That's
hardcore.
what I was like, oh, can he get away with that?
You can call someone a sissy, which is, I don't know. It just sounds old school.
It sounds
harsh though, man.
It could be derogatory.
Well, you better smile when you say that.
Yeah, it could
he did smile when he said it, unlike Brian Kelly, who said he wanted to execute his players.
But he did not smile and gets a huge repercussion. I think that Brian Kelly wants to kill his team. Did you hear him post game?
Yeah. But no, shout out to UCLA, man. Maybe like Karl said in hour 1, maybe Chip Kelly's back. Maybe he's found his groove. He's found the right offensive pieces, and he can get back to that up-tempo, high-scoring offense that he became so famous for. So maybe they're back. Maybe LSU just still hasn't gotten up off the mat from winning their national title.
I think there's that. I think that there is definitely a gap in leadership. The problems with Ogeron that were covered up by that glorious perfect storm of a year are back. Same concerns they had for before that year, that big games or he gets trapped in games like this. But I'm not sure if I'm not still willing to give him a pass and the LSU team a pass. Because, we did have Ida. This is the first time that LSU has played in California, which is random. They play in a stadium that is 3/4 empty because of the social distancing aspect that's going on in California. So it was kind of a quiet, sleepy atmosphere. There was nothing to get them fired up, and they hadn't been home in a week. So I don't know if I hold it a lot against LSU, but I've seen in the rotation today on the sports centers is the high school or the college coaches that are on a hot seat. And I know that O isn't yet and will get to do whatever he needs to do this year without getting fired. He's still got the hangover from the national championship. But I know LSU fan, another stumble like that, O's going to be, they're going to be calling for his hide, man. And he's going to have to start talking about sissy football some other place. Moving along.
What else?
And headline 0, Tom Brady says that he caught COVID at the Super Bowl boat parade. Brady tested positive back in February, right after Tampa Bay snagged the Lombardi trophy. He told the Tampa Bay Times he believes he caught the virus at the Super Bowl boat parade. You'll recall when Brady was super drunk and he tossed the trophy off of the boat to his comrades. That was probably right around the time that he forgot the whole pandemic was happening because he was just too elated to win with Tampa.
Man, in those moments, you remember which was the Dodger player? Remember the Dodger player that got pulled off the field, and then during the celebration, he got pulled off the field because he had COVID. He tested positive for COVID. After the game, in the celebration, he runs onto the field and starts hugging the teammates in a huddle. So in those type of moments, yes, and liquor's flowing, you're going to forget all about the pandemic and you just having a good time. Obviously, he bounced right back. We didn't even hear about it.
He spoke of having COVID, and he also discussed, his concerns for this year. He thinks it's going to be worse this year with missing players than last.
Yeah,
because the lax protocols, and because even though you're vaccinated, you can still test positive, as we've seen around the league. So,
Bruce Arians said, "Hey, on the road, we're going to be tight. We're going to be a tight ship. We're going to be in a bubble on the road." But you still got players with kids at school. Last year our kids were at home. So it is totally different because you got the kids coming in with it, and you can still move around as you want to when you're at home. So I can see this year being worse. Not as far as people getting direly sick, but just 4 or 5 guys out at a time. I could see that.
Depth is always an issue, especially for championship teams. But depth now. Right. I think you just have to expect that at some point, one of your position rooms, whether it be your linemen or your defensive linemen or linebackers or wide receivers, one of your rooms is going to get infected.
Right.
Do you have the guys to replace on a week? Because you just have to plan for it. Those are your 411 and your 210.
Good stuff, Karl.
We're going to come back looking around the NBA. Now, we've already had the big-time Hall of Fame induction. We already had that happen. The 2020 type went in.
KG, Tim, Kobe.
And because of the delay from last year, we have another Hall of Fame induction coming up. We'll get you caught up with all those that are going and try to figure out, is this the easiest Hall of Fame to actually get in? Because it seems awfully easy. We'll talk about it next.
Rob's on the ballot next year.
I'm trying. It doesn't take that much, it doesn't seem like. We got a lot to get into, and it won't be any fun unless you hang around with us. And I'm giving away Pitbull tickets in about 15 minutes. This is San Antonio's Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Thursday, go ahead and mark it on your calendar. Thursday, the halftime. Karl and I will be out at Twin Peaks. Days of All on I-10 is part of our full-day prep for Dallas Cowboy football. The season opener is September the 9th. Tom Brady and the defending Super Bowl champs will go off, and every one of those TVs at Twin Peaks will be focused on the game at hand. Come out and join us. And while you're there, head over to Twin Peaks. Have some of their brand new menu. I'm talking to you. Have you been busy in the kitchen and have so many new creations that you just haven't been able to get into? Well, head over to Twin Peaks and you'll find out. They've got brand new loaded fries available 4 ways. There's a bourbon teriyaki and pineapple habanero wing sauce that will blast your hairpiece off, or maybe a twist on that classic Caesar salad available with an entree. Well, at Twin Peaks, the food coming out of the kitchen is always scratch. Pair it with one of those brand new Yinglings. I've had a lot of Yingling over the last week, and I'm not planning on stopping. Head over to Twin Peaks all week long. The parties are happening. The happy hours are legendary, but when San Antonio Sports Star shows up for a football game, well, that takes it to a whole nother level. Join us Thursday, Days of All and I-10, halftime live and football all day long. Twin Peaks got the eats. Those drinks are spectacular at 29 degrees, but why do you go? I'll tell you why. It's those scenic views.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
Both Texas teams were victorious in Major League Baseball last night. The Houston Astros returned to Minute Maid Park to host the Seattle Mariners. The AL West leading Astros took Game 1 of a 3-game series and 6-game homestand 11-2 over Seattle. Lance McCullers got the win for Houston in 6 innings pitched, backed by plenty of run support, including a 6-run Astros half of the second inning. That included a 3-run homer by Jake Myers. The Texas Rangers win their final 2 games of a 4-game series in Los Angeles against the Angels 4-0. A.J. Alexy had a stellar 6-inning shutout performance, only allowing 1 hit and adding 7 strikeouts as part of a Rangers total pitching staff allowing 4 hits all game. Those are your baseball headlines. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
1911 Cigars is the premier cigar lounge in South Texas, providing quality, affordable cigars in a professional, inviting environment with a large covered patio with TVs. A BYOB establishment, 1911 Cigars strives to allow the avid cigar connoisseur a comfortable place to relax, socialize, network, and of course enjoy a great cigar. 1911 Cigars is available for private events and has private cabanas with TVs, fire pits, and heaters. 1911 Cigars at 207 South Main Street in Cibolo. Online at 1911cigars.com.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-519-0449. That's 1-800-519-0449. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-519-0449.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
You can talk keto all you want, but if you don't have a team of great tasting snacks behind you, you're not going to win the diet marathon. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds have these big, bold flavors that kick your taste buds into high gear. Korean kimchi barbecue, pasilla chili cheese, spicy dill, and more. Eat them right out of the bag or try them in your favorite recipes. You'll love this snack. Visit your local HEB and southernrecipesmallbatch.com to see the power of the rinds.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
If you think the COVID vaccine alone will protect you from the coronavirus, think again. As the deadly disease breaks through to people who are vaccinated, it's critical to take a reliable temperature reading with the Exergen Temporal Scanner. It's the only thermometer whose accuracy has been proven in more than 100 clinical studies versus the non-contact devices that have no supporting studies and produce a false sense of security. Vaccines are not enough, and thermometer accuracy matters. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Your source to local news and sports in San Antonio begins with the San Antonio Express News. We've collected, written, and shown the stories that matter most to San Antonio. Look no further than the San Antonio Express News to continue to provide information and strength to the community. Whether it's on the field or on a court, we provide the ground local coverage. Go to expressnews.com for the most up-to-date high school and college sports coverage. Subscribe today at expressnews.com.
It's like breakfast tacos with the hot stuff. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning. Welcome on to San Antonio Sports Star. Hope you're Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Check your calendar. Hope it's going well. It is 9:30 in the morning, just a little after that. And we know what time that is. It's time for Sean Ryman to stumble in and
what's up, Ryman?
What day is it?
Catch us up on the world of news that actually matters.
How are you guys?
Lovely.
Lovely.
You enjoy your non-Labor Day?
Like I told you guys on Friday, I napped.
Mm-hmm.
I did a fair amount, like a lot of napping. I'm really getting good at the napping.
Just waking up and being like, where am I?
Where I woke up Saturday and I actually thought it was 1:30 in the morning, but it was only 1:30 in the afternoon because I took a nap.
How do you treat on the, as Rudy and I adjust to the mornings?
Right.
Do you change your sleep pattern on the weekend, or you try to stick with it?
I can't. I stay up late.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can't stay up as late as I used to, but I try to stay up late, on the weekends and enjoy being up and watching TV and stuff
Being
like
a
that.
human being.
Being a human being, right?
Instead of turning in
No,
the
Trey
rest
does
of the
it.
family's doing.
My partner does it.
I don't know how Trey does it.
Yeah, he sleeps about 19 minutes a day,
and Trey in prep for a show gets here about midnight. I mean, he's full on. Yeah, he does it differently.
Wow.
I roll in about 30 minutes before we go on, and so.
So as we come into the week, what's popping in the news world?
Well, obviously, Texas law stuff. We're hearing a lot about that, and certain states aren't going to do business with us, and we've ticked off the Satanists. The Satanists are upset with us.
Well, I'm not sure if I want the Satanists mad at me or not.
I don't know. They can go to hell.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they're already there.
Take the Hell Express.
That's where they want to go anyway. There's that. Still got Afghanistan stuff, but it's kind of getting shifted off the abortion law is pretty much the number one thing this week. So we're dealing with that.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of that this week.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, what a happy topic. It's you know what I mean? Can't kick that around.
How we got
joke
here.
about it.
Yeah.
Did you spend any time watching any football this week? Anything that
I watched a little baseball. I do enjoy baseball.
Okay.
What did you see?
It was the Rangers versus somebody I can't remember.
That's not who you want to watch.
Well, actually, no. They closed out 2 wins. They took down the Angels over the
Oh,
weekend.
they did?
That's who it was.
The
Yeah,
Rangers
and they were
played well.
really. They did, man. They kicked ass. So it was great. I enjoyed that.
So you're a Ranger or Stros guy, or just baseball?
Either one.
Don't matter. Whoever's good.
Whoever the
He's an
local team
Oriole
is.
fan, which is even
Oh,
worse.
that's right. You from B-More.
Well, B-More. Baltimore, hun.
You from B-More. B-More.
Now, we were talking about Baltimore the other day. What if I was to go to Baltimore and order the signature dish? Like we come to San Antonio, like got to go get your tacos from someplace. What would be the Baltimore
Great
signature
question.
dish?
Steamed crabs.
Steamed
Blue crabs. Get yourself some
Steamed
blue
blue crab.
crabs and some raw oysters and some crab bisque.
Which one? What's
Isn't
crab?
that cold
It's like a soup. No, that's hot soup.
Oh,
But
okay.
just anything with crab in it. Get yourself some crabs, hon, then I got to run.
Are there any meaty things like sandwiches that you're known for? Or
Well, crab.
crab, soft shell crab?
All crab.
Crab on a sub.
You like
Fried
soft shell
oysters.
Crab poor boy.
crab, oyster po' boy. Yeah, crabs.
I'm down.
Crabs and oysters.
What about crab balls? Those oyster balls, or what are those things? Is that a Maryland thing? Or is that a little bit further up the coast?
No, I
Oyster
thought of
balls,
something
those are-
dirty.
that's the male.
No, crab ball. Yeah,
They're
crab
little
balls.
tiny. You got to eat a lot of those.
They're real
It's
tiny.
real small.
Oh my god!
You know you can't
Almost
bring that
imperce-
up with Rima.
Almost
You
imperceptible.
can't go there with Rima. You know that.
Sean Riva.
You know he was going to take that and run with it.
Crab
Luckily,
balls.
he got to go. Who knows where this is going?
Next
Crab
topic
balls. All right, see you
discussion.
in a bit.
How do you prefer your tiny crab balls? That was Sean Ryman. Go check out him on KTSA all morning long on 55 on AM 107.1 on the FM. He and Trey Ware get you.
Have
all
you
the
had
news.
boudin balls?
Yes, I
They're
have.
amazing.
If
made right.
Speaking of those kind of balls, I saw where the Texas State Fair is getting going.
Okay.
Next
Is it
couple of
already
days.
starting?
And they've already given the awards out for the food that will be offered. And the winning food product this year is deep fried etouffee, I do believe. Found a new way to fry something.
I
liquid.
love me some etouffee. I wonder, don't mess with my etouffee now. I got a buddy that makes a killer etouffee. I wonder what it tastes like deep fried though. Why we deep fry everything in Texas?
Because it's delicious. Because you can carry it in.
Do you do the deep fried desserts? I don't.
Like a
Oreo, Twinkie.
I've made my own funnel cakes, and they're good.
I love a funnel cake.
I've never deep fried an Oreo, though. I have seen recently it is taking off, and I don't really look forward to it trying it, but I hear it's good. Oreos, a smoked Oreo wrapped in bacon.
A smoked Oreo wrapped in bacon.
Seen
I guess
that.
it's salty and sweet, that mixture.
I think there's something to it. How about would you eat smoked cream cheese with, say, a crushed up box of cinnamon toast
crunch?
That's something else I've seen in the recent.
I haven't seen that.
So,
I don't know about that, Rob.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a bold step. It's a bold move, Cotton. I'm not sure I'd step into that.
Well, your buddy Minix, he grilled watermelon.
Well, I've done that. You can sear watermelon. Watermelon's good on the grill. So is pineapple.
But
Pineapple
see,
with some
watermelon
brown
isn't it
sugar on
supposed
it.
to be cold and refreshing?
Well, it still is kinda. You got to flash sear it. It needs to be kind of cold, but if you throw it on there and you get a little of that blackened kind of stuff, and it's kind of like chamoy. You've added a little salt to the sweet, you know what I mean? And it kind of works out that way. It works pretty well. The best grill, I think, is either peaches or pineapple. But those
I saw someone grill a peach, and they put brown sugar, cinnamon, and vanilla extract on it, and they mixed it with vanilla ice cream.
It works.
That's legit.
I can speak from many years of experience. Yes, that is absolutely legit.
You a state fair guy? I've only been once, and I loved it.
I've been once, and I don't recall. So I always tell people I've never been. It's always, you know, I didn't grow up doing it because I'm not from Dallas, and my weekends are kind of taken. You know, I got football. I'm not going to go up for the Texas OU weekend. I got my own game to worry about, so I'm not doing that.
Is this what this is about?
No, it's just a thing that I haven't had the opportunity to go. I would love to go. It just never has been something that I've been available to do.
I went one time, and that's when like Ebola had hit Dallas, so I was kind of worried. That's like
the good old days when it was just Ebola.
Just Ebola,
you know, bleed out in a couple of hours instead of linger for weeks.
But in Texas, I'm thinking the state fair gonna be we wide open, so it's gonna be packed.
There's no COVID in Fair Park. Hey, we're going to give away some pit bull tickets when we get back, so hold on tight. It's R&R in the morning, and this is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Dr. Torres would be happy with me today. The Institute for Functional Health, I've been with them for years, and, you know, we've long discussed the weight that I'm down, 40 pounds. But when you have a weekend like I spent, and it was one of those 4 majors, we all stood over the grill or had something we probably shouldn't have had and wake up after the weekend thinking, well, the cheat day was done. How much did I put on and how much am I going to have to work? If you're with me over at the Institute for Functional Health, we don't have cheat days. Yes, we understand that you're going to go a little bit above and beyond on certain meals, but if you're living the right lifestyle, there's really no cheating. What Dr. Torres taught me and will teach you that the most important thing with your diet or your weight loss program, it needs to be grounded in science. It needs to be grounded in the medical community. It needs to be put together by a medical professional, just like those over at the IFF. If you follow the protocol, sure, you can eat a lot of different things without adding weight. But the key to it is having something that's put together specifically for you. Making sure that the diet that is in place, the eating program that's in place will match your biology, your age, your issues and your positives. All those roll in to make you absolutely unique. And why would you take or do something that was not made for you? And that's what Dr. Torres does. If you're dealing with being overweight and all the numbers that go along with it, if you're hypertensive, if you're nearly diabetic, if you're dealing with the joint pain from carrying too much weight, if you're not sleeping well because of the snoring that goes along with the extra weight, and then you're dealing with the brain fog and all the inflammation the following day, I'm talking to you. The IFF changed my life, and they can change yours. And it's not that difficult. I want you to speak with Dr. Torres. You'll find out what I know. He'll meet with you however like. This is one of those truly free things in life, a discussion with a medical professional that likes the Dr. Torres, and he's my favorite, on how you can lose weight a lot quicker than you think. 210-468-1891 is the number that will change your life. They're great office down there on Ashby. I'm sure you'd love to go down there and meet him, but find out with Dr. Torres and let him tell you why it works. It fixes problems. It changes your life. I am living proof. I want that for you. Everybody's different. You're not like anyone else. That's why a one-size-fit-all approach is not going to work, has never worked. Call Dr. Torres. Find out that he can put together something specifically and only for you, and the weight loss will happen. It is not the easiest thing I've ever done. I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you. It is the best thing that I've ever done. I'm going to live longer for it. Call the IFF today. Find out what Dr. Torres has for you. Go to the website, iffhealth.com. You need further proof? Take the functional health test. It'll open your eyes. Call Dr. Torres and the IFF today. It'll change your life. And when it does, I'm sure you'll thank me later.
Here's pitch. Double your power. Double your fun. Double your Rangers pleasure. The explosive action happens here on the official home plate of the Texas Rangers. ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
TexasCheerLiquor.com, Texas Cheer Liquor app. Hit them up. Get your deliveries. Get your curbside. Go check out what they have before you go in there. But definitely use it. It's a great tool. Texas Cheer Liquor, 4 locations. 2 of them on Petrenko, 1 across from Walmart, 1 all the way down past 211. Then you also have the one on Highway 90 in Montgomery and the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor, Texas Cheer Liquor number 4 at 1431 Palo Alto Road in the Patron Plaza next to Wally World, a.k.a. Walmart. Texas Cheer Liquor, they give deliveries. Also, they got the kegs in. And I bring up the kegs because if you need in the party, like I said, I know this past weekend you might have did some, but for whatever reason, a lot of September babies. So if you needed a keg for a party, give Texas Cheer Liquor a call. And if you don't have time, they'll get it. You just got too busy of a week. They will deliver and pick up that keg for you. A little bit extra on the fee, but hey, we all pay for convenience in today's times. Beer, wine, liquor, cigars, one-stop shop. You can do it all in one swoop. That's Texas Cheer Liquor, official sponsor of R&R in the Morning.
I'm Serena Williams. You watch me live on TV. So why am I in a British drama you watch on demand?
Fancy a dance, milady?
Sure. It's because DirecTV Stream brings the best of live TV and on demand together.
Oh, you're quite the dancer.
Mr. Jeffries, you're making me blush.
Oh.
Introducing DirecTV Stream, the best of live TV and on demand with no annual contract. Get your TV together at directv.com.
Requires high-speed internet and compatible device. Content varies by package and location. Restrictions apply.
When it comes to replacing your home windows, nobody does it better in San Antonio than the Window Source. If you're still living with old, drafty, single-pane windows, those have got to go. Upgrade to new, Texas-made, Texas-proud, energy-efficient windows. The Window Source of San Antonio offers some of the best deals around, and all come with the assurance of a full lifetime warranty. Call 210-880-3021 to book your free estimate or visit them online to learn more. WindowSourceofSA.com. Let them old windows go.
Hey y'all, I'm Grant Pinkerton of Pinkerton's Barbecue in downtown San Antonio. We only smoke prime meats with a blend of post oak and mesquite. Come see us for some of those giant beef ribs, tender brisket, and a cold big red. We have a Texas-sized bar, great selection of bourbon, and tons of local beers. I love sports, so we have plenty of screens to watch them on. We're open Wednesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner or until we sell out. Come early, come hungry, and stay late.
Win tickets to the first annual First Responder Military Appreciation Day at Paradise Canyon on September 11th, benefiting the Texas Ranger Association Foundation. Special events throughout the day, silent auction, and live music from the Wilder Blue. Register now at sasportstar.com.
Set your alarm to wake up with us. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Grab your phone. Get ready with the Kielbasa Bacon phone line, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. The Germania Insurance Amphitheater will play host to Pitbull and Iggy Azalea. It'll be September the 12th. You want to go? Kielbasa Bacon phone line, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Get on the phones. Caller number 6. Number 6. Is going to go check out Pitbull and Iggy on us on September the 12th, just a little north, up at the Germania Insurance. I guess that's at the COSA. What do they call it? The Circuit of the Americas? CODA?
Yeah, you got me on that one, Rob. I've never heard of it.
You ever been out to it, the Circuit of the Americas, where they run the F1? It is one amazing.
Of course you would know this.
Well, it's right north.
No, I didn't know. I have no idea.
The F1's coming to Austin in October.
You going?
Are you kidding? Max Verstappen won this weekend, man.
You're going?
Max Verstappen went back home, went to the Netherlands, won in his home course. First time they've raced there in like 17
What
years.
was this? Was this Sunday or Saturday this came on?
This was
yes,
Sunday.
Sunday.
Back home in the Netherlands. Took down Lewis Hamilton.
Nice.
Well, the NBA is going to induct the next group of Hall of Famers. The one that should have gone in this year, though they were delayed because of Tim's class. The 2020 class was delayed. This year's class going in, you know, it's hard. You don't want to be the class, especially just a month or two after Kobe and Tim. And I mean, and
that's a brutal class to follow. Like, how do you follow that up?
Well, you follow it up with a bunch of guys that you're like,
Give me some names.
Well,
and I'm gonna tell you, give me some names, and I'll say yes or no.
Because I don't want to say he doesn't deserve to be there. Because
if this was football or baseball, he wouldn't be.
No, Ben Wallace would never. He was a limited, extraordinary defender, but offensively, he was a non-entity. He lived on a rebound and trash. Yes, he could defend with the best of them, but Hall of Fame almost tells me that it doesn't matter the era. You were so good, you could step on the court and play today. If you made it to the Hall of Fame, you were obviously a GOAT of your era, and you should be able to step in if the rule, all thing being equal, and compete. Where does Ben Wallace play in today's NBA? I don't even know if he could make a team.
You know, it didn't even take that much to explain it, Rob. Retire his jersey in Detroit? Sure. When we talk about Hall of Fame, I have a problem putting Ben Wallace next to Tim Duncan. Again, football and baseball, they make it tough on you. Basketball, again, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So whatever that means. But no, Ben Wallace, in my opinion, is not a Hall of Famer. Who else you got?
Paul Pierce.
Ooh.
I don't think there's much debate. I think he's a Hall of Famer. I don't have
Paul's a Hall of Famer
for his whole career.
Yeah.
There's really no question with me.
And it's basketball. He did work at Kansas as well. So yes, Paul's in.
Let's see, Chris Bosh.
No, not a Hall of Famer. He was the third best player on the Heatles, and he didn't. He got a huge rebound in 2013.
Yes,
but no, 1 year at Georgia Tech. No, he's not a Hall of Famer.
I guess Chris Webber, there's no real debate, right? You think Chris Webber's a Hall of Famer? I think he is. I think he is.
Wait, okay. Because of the stint in Sacramento? Because Washington, it didn't go well. Golden State, it didn't go well. Are we because of the Fab Five?
Well, I think
Fab Five mixed with the Sacramento stint?
Because it is basketball. This isn't just because,
right.
And maybe Wallace, because of coming from Virginia Union and being a guy nobody ever heard of and making the league, might be enough. I don't think
Webber's probably a Hall of Famer.
I feel like he is.
He probably is a Hall of Famer.
I think he, you have to get out of the way of his personality.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I
never don't like Webber. We don't like. Yeah, most people, and then he's bad on television.
Remember when didn't he get arrested for weed flying to Puerto Rico and he blamed it on his assistant?
I don't remember that.
I think something like there's something found.
He may have. I'm not sure.
And then on the grand scheme of things, we'll look back on that at some point and just giggle. Like
you
guys were throwing people out of the league for that. I mean, seriously. But now it's still part of the news. Now, as far as coaches go, what do you think about coaches getting into the Hall of Fame while they're still in the midst of coaching? Jay Wright is going in for his collegiate work and a hell of a coach, no question.
Why can't they wait?
Why so hurt? And
I don't get it.
I'm not for waiting till the dude's near death.
Right.
I'm not for that. But at least be done.
Yeah. I don't get that either. I've never understood that about the Basketball Hall of Fame. Like, I'm not saying they should have to wait 5 years after they announce retirement, but my goodness, can they at least retire? Can we do it the day after they retire? I don't know. We make players wait 5 years after they retire, but coaches, hey, I know you still, I guess maybe they think like, well, let's put them in case something happens to them while they're.
Well, if you have to schedule the Hall of Fame induction on a weekend or a day when Coach Wright isn't coaching, you probably need to wait till he's done coaching. That's just a thought there.
But I think he's a Hall of Famer for sure. What he's built at Villanova, he's a Hall of Famer, but I don't get why we do it while they're still coaching.
And again, I'm glad he can celebrate with family and all that, but really it's an unfinished career.
Totally agree.
Now, Bill Russell is going in for the second time as a coach.
I see. That's before my time. I don't remember his stint as a coach.
Can't they just put another plaque next to where he is already?
But not only that, if it's taken this long to vote him in as a coach, he's probably not a Hall of Famer as a coach. But it's Bill Russell. He's basketball royalty. So
he was the first African-American coach.
All of that.
So then why is it taking so long? Why
because
didn't they do it
he was also a
ago?
player when he was a coach. He was also a player when he became the first African-American coach.
Player coach.
So it's like a weird thing. And I guess there's a technicality to make this class a little beefier and celebrate Bill Russell one more time. Because he's also
I'm all for
going
celebrating
up
Bill. I'm just saying he's been retired for like 30, 40 years. If they were going to do this, it should have been done.
Yes.
I kind of agree with that.
I'm all for celebrating Bill. I think the All-Star MVP is him, right?
He is the finals MVP.
Finals MVP.
All-Star MVP is Kobe.
That's right. Finals MVP is Bill Russell. So yeah, Bill went through a lot. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm just like, damn, if this was the case, this is 30 years late.
Yeah, his career coaching in Seattle, I don't have it in front of me. I think it was a little better than winning, but he didn't win any championships when he coached the Sonics, if I'm not mistaken. That was his team after his career. But obviously, as the coach of the Celtics, I think he won 3 or 4.
Wow.
It just doesn't seem like they need to have another thing. Just put another plaque next to the place he's already there,
Like he said, I think this is to beef it up, to give people a reason to go to the induction.
Now, there is a Spurs connection this year. Cotton Fitzsimmons is going in posthumously. Certainly, we lost Cotton some time back. 21 years in the NBA. He was the San Antonio Spurs interim coach over and over and over. When Angelo Drosas and Red McCombs would fire the many bad coaches. And we all loved them, but there were reasons they all got fired. Cotton was always the GM that settled in. Now, he made his bones throughout the rest of the NBA after he left the Spurs over in Phoenix, and Charles Barkley will be speaking on the induction for Cotton Fitzsimmons, who was GMing when Charles went over to Phoenix. So long-time San Antonio GM, assistant, head coach, interim head coach, Cotton Fitzsimmons going in, and certainly he had played a huge role in the early Spurs history. So that's some good news, some Spurs connection there.
Okay.
But it's first of all, it's the Hall of Fame at a weird time of year.
It's just that's just a down class. This doesn't feel like a very Hall of Fame worthy class. No disrespect to any of those guys who've accomplished more than I ever will, but when we're talking about the Hall of Fame, it's supposed to be a level of Tim, Kobe, David Robinson, etc.
And one of the great legends, or one of the great people in basketball is finally going in. You don't know him unless you really followed him, but Howard Garfinkel is going in. Howard Garfinkel really was the first to get into the recruiting side of basketball. He started the 5-star basketball camp. He was a writer, but really he was the first to start talking about high school players coming out and where they might go. The 4-star, the 5-stars. Where's this guy going to go? Where are they going to put them all in a camp? The way we live modern sports life following recruiting, where 247 sports and rivals and all this. Howard Garfinkel for basketball really began that back in the 60s.
Well, then that's kind of groundbreaking, so I can get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
That's the kind of guy that I want to see going into the Hall of Fame, because a lot of people
for basketball reasons.
Yes,
right.
Because he is truly a lifer in the game and changed the sport. Right. And I think Cotton deserves to be there. Certainly, probably a little bit too late, but Ben Wallace, I know
is Robert Horry in yet?
No.
Then you can't how you put Ben Wallace before Horry?
One of the many questions we ask about
I don't know.
Halftime's coming up, I'm sure, in 2 hours. I will be gone. I got to go to the dentist. Hopefully this will be the last one. Rudy will be sitting in with Karl today. Karl, what are we going to do at halftime? Talk some more Spurs, I'm sure. Look at rumors. Look around the college football world. What else you got?
We definitely got to recap the college football weekend, and also we got SEC stuff to talk about. And I don't know. I might see if there's a UFO sighting somewhere in the world.
I'm down with that.
The day ends in Y. We need to manufacture a Ben Simmons rumor. You got to figure it out. I'm telling you, pieces are coming together. Spurs are exiting, signing new guys, and we'll get you caught up with all that.
8-7.
I like the countdown. Karl's counting us down. You guys have a fantastic Tuesday. Rudy and I are going to go huddle up. We'll do better tomorrow.
San Antonio Sports Star Pro Football Pick'em. Online at sasportsstar.com. Can you pick the perfect matchups all season long? If so, you could win $50,000. Weekly winners score gift cards to Pinkerton's Barbecue in the Mellow Mushroom. For official contest rules and to play, visit sasportsstar.com. Must be at least